Bai runs Divine Core, the most cracked squad in the game. Magic dropped, demon dungeons spawned, and Bai's crew got superpowers to crash the party. His crew is simply GOATs, currently hunting Belelfigor, the ultimate boss, monster. This triple S tier baddie rocks 5 elements. Total nightmare fuel. The gods literally DMD the squad, their quest details. Stepping in, Bai yells, "Game time, let's get this bread." It's their 100th high-level raid, just another Tuesday. Rolling with him, Ling Yu, Han Zhaoling, and Lu Xian. It's flagged as an L-class purge, aka insane difficulty, but the gang is hyped. For it since they get a sweet vacay, after stomping the boss, they spam their oots in perfect harmony on the mobs. Bai carries hard, slicing through demons like warm butter. That's cause the whole squad is strictly OP. Speedrun complete, dungeon cleared, boss dead in minutes. The squad is hyped, and calling it a tutorial level, but Lucian is feeling sus. Way too easy for max difficulty. Baya totally agrees. The wiki said the boss had a hidden skill and 5 elements. While he's thinking, Ling hugs him, begging for free food. He swerves her and tells the fam they're hitting the usual spot. Han can't believe their Cap is fumbling the bag with Ling. Then, someone's AF. Dude ghosted the whole fight and is nowhere to be found. Whatever, mission cleared anyway, so no stress. Bam, he spawns behind them. Purge time, he announces. Han gets one tapped in the head. Instant game over. The team is shook seeing Han on the floor, totally wrecked, and leaking everywhere. Traitor flexes the god personally gave him this hit job. Bai is lagging, can't move. Traitor spills the tea. He spiked their cereal with paralysis powder for a month. Then he roots them all with his Forbidden Vines skill. He explains he was hired to wipe the squad and just needed prep time. Ye monologues, Bai asks, "Why the backstab, bro? God wants all L ranks deleted." He replies casually. He squeezes harder, making everyone scream in agony. Fading out and coughing blood. They're still like, what? Bai argues they followed the rules perfectly. We played fair. So, why the banhammer? God doesn't need a reason to delete you. He chokes Bai, then punches a hole through his chest. Bai's heartbroken. He thought they were fake. Decade-long squad goals. Totally glued together. That snake cackles at Bai's dumb face. Says, bro, we were never been a spy for the God Squad since day one. Bai's crew? Total NPCs. Dude just farmed him. Team runs out of HP and face. Traitor pops. Bai is melon. Game over. May 22nd. Rip L-class noobs. Bodies drop. Traitor dips for as Bai's screen fades to black, he hears a voice asking for a trade. Wakes up chained in a weird dungeon. Sees a sketchy suit guy. Wait, Demon King Bell? Thought that boss was already King gloats. Top tier bosses don't die easy, noob. They're in his soul server. Kingdom equals HP bar. Bai's bored. Cut the yappin'. Let's talk. King sees the rage. Revel says cheat. Time travel. Says, I can reboot your save file. Fix this mess. Remembering his deleted squad. Bai Yi smashes that accept button instantly. Raging hard. Vows to wipe the traitor and gods. King digs it. Bone is loot. His own heart. Bai asks, why? But gets yeeted out first. Eyes pop open. Finding himself in class, Teach Wong is screaming. Rewind, 20 years to 2104. Middle school days. Bai is shook. The rewind actually worked. Teach roast him for napping before the big ceremony. Go, stand, in the back. She barks. Stunned, he shuffles back, eyeing old faces. She yaps about 5 elements. Lightning, nuke, etc. You only get one. She brags about her rare cloud buff. Says elements split in 2. 3 types. Combat, support, and special sauce. Claims every squad needs all 5 roles. Like the school guild. Mage, tank, bard, assassin. Teach. Hypes them up. Today is huge. Don't mess up. There's almost 1. Jobs. Dust is trash. Celestial is got. 1 shot only. Your rank defines your whole life. After, yo, the whole class is buzzing for Awakening Day. Bai bumps into the kid he calls Specs' creative nickname. I know. Specs is getting bullied by Hong. That E-rank assassin wanna be everyone? Sims 4. Bai isn't shocked. Hong is basically a full-time jerk. Before Hong can do any real damage, Teach spawns in. She warns Hong this isn't a PvP zone to rob people. Hong lies through his teeth, claiming Specs hit him and he's just collecting fees. Then the guy has the nerve to tell her, would have had her fired if she wasn't such a baddie. He finishes his rant and shoves Bai while exiting with his squad. Bai chills, just watching. Teach makes sure Specs is alive. Huang acts tough, but she's actually goated with the students. Bai remembers her saving his bacon back in his last life. Suddenly, the buzzer hits time for the awakening pod. She goes full mom mode, chill out, or you'll get hurt. So, there are 2 ways to power up in this server. First is natural. like Hong's, hence the massive ego. That's for buff dudes who rage out at the perfect moment. Or the artificial way. Hop in the science pod. Some big brain scientists cooked this thing up. Inside, it spikes your adrenaline to 11. Forces your hidden powers to wake up. One shot only. Basically the only way to escape being an NPC. A few homies went first and snagged sweet classes. One dude scored the blue tier gig, which is totally amber tier. Bai's turn. Teet says, focus, and he dives in. In his past life, Bai got stuck as an E-rank nuke warrior, dust tier, literally, garbage loot. Got him bullied 24/7 until he grinded to S rank later. Stepping in, Bai braces himself for trash loot again, but boom, system error pops up. Pod goes wild, detects 5 elements, not one. Bias, burning up his infinite awakening. Flashes on screen. The system says he can pick literally any starter class from the 5 elements, and he can max out one, then unlock the rest later. He's shook. Elemental accumulation, broken skill, means he can stack classes from dust to celestial later. Plus, BIE also has a shot at the secret rank above celestial. Realizes it's the Demon King's gift. Infinite awakenings. Cheat code. System warns that all other elemental bars wipe after he picks his main. Bai picks his class, steps out, and teaches hype to know the result. Bai drops the bad news to Huang Yi. Woke up as a nuclear warrior. The lamest green tier scrub. Huang flinches but goes into teacher mode. Hey, legends come from green too. She begs Bai not to rage quit just yet. But Ichalai says he doesn't need a pep talk. Hong lurks nearby and, as expected, crashes the chat. He flames Bai, saying Teach is selling false hope and reality bites. Hong reminds him, dust class is literally the bottom of the barrel. Keeps yapping how gods pick chads and stomp the weak. Bringing up the gods though, that triggers Bai instantly. But he keeps his cool while Hong rants. Tells Bai to sit in the back like the loser he is. Society rules. Celestial rank gets VIP seats up front, obviously. Then, Abyss, Ember, and finally, the Dust noobs. Dust rank is trash tier, only good for trading with other NPCs. Hong says grinding is useless. Bai can't change his fate. Hong steps to Huang to talk smack, but Baya is over it. He grabs Hong's coffee and splashes it right in his face. Hong freezes. Brain buffering. Did that just happen? He screams, "What the heck?" Baya just says his voice is annoying noise. That snaps Hong's last nerve. Time to teach this kid a lesson. He throws a punch straight at Bai, and Huang tries to ref, but she's too slow. Bai is ready. Boom. Summons a light sword and blocks before it lands. Parries hard, yeeting Hong across the room. Everyone gasps. Hong eats dirt, while Bai looks bored. 0 effort used. Hong coughs up red stuff, trying to process the L he just took. The crowd is shook. They can't believe their eyes. Plot twist. Bai picked the nuke class on purpose. He's used to it. It was his main in a past life. He knows the meta. Hong stumbles up, ego bruised, claiming Baya just got lucky. I'm Abyss rank. I'm built different. You're trash. Huang's sharp eyes catch it though. That wasn't luck. She realizes Bai used a god tier movement skill. The parry blocks damage and reflects 100% back. She's floored seeing Bai nail it so easily. Her master couldn't do that after 10 years? Huang's confused. How does a level 1 noob have pro skills? While she's loading, Hong whips out a short sword, ready to end Bai. He's raging now, promising to humiliate Baya publicly. Baiyu stands there icy cold. He chose the dust life. He knows the haters will see dust class as OP soon, but too late. Students are hyped as the two square up. But oops, PvP with powers is banned at school. Hong's dad is a VIP. His uncle runs this joint. Total nepo baby. Bai's flying solo. One screw up and it's game over for him. Specs is terrified of expulsion, asking Teach to save his skin. Teach steps up real quick to handle the mess. She yells, chill, but Hong's raging. He needs payback for looking bad. Hong vows to wreck Bai, even if he begs on his knees. He thinks he's a prodigy, and Bai's just total trash. Teach knows he's right, cause the stat gap is legit massive. Hong's Abyss rank gives a 200% stat boost. Abyss tier rules since their stats are basically cheat codes. AA Dust noob starts, plus they level up while Dusts rot. 0 people think Bai's winning this, not even Specs. They figure he's toast. Specs hates the jerk, but plays dumb just to stay alive. He thinks avoiding Hong is key. Fighting is straight suicide. After sizing him up, Hong charges. Teach panics, screaming at Bai to move. She figures he'll try to block again, but knows that's dumb since it drains stamina fast. Hong's speed makes blocking totally useless. Hong thinks he's won. Bai just cracks a grin. No dodgy. He pops Flash Blink the second Hong arrives. Instant warp, letting you ghost right through stuff. over in a nanosecond, and before Hong reacts, Bai lands a nasty crit on a weak spot. Spitting blood, confused how Bai got behind him. He pounds the floor, humiliated, the class is shook. Nobody even saw what Bai just did. They just saw Hong face. Even Teach is clueless. But Prestian actually caught the move. She sees Bai mastered a pro skill mid. The class is wondering why Hong's broken. Bai checks his screen stats, bumped up from the win. But he's not impressed. The points are pretty lame. Gotta slay demons for real XP. He's starting ASAP. Hong's twitching on the floor, refusing to quit. He screams at Bai to wait. He ain't done yet. He grabs a blade and lunges. But a voice yells halt. It's Dean Hong Lin, the kid's uncle. Lin roasts Hong for failing and sends everyone home. Hearing home reminds Bai he actually has one. Forgot 'cause he just respawned and his old folks were gone. Recalls a tragedy today and bolts before the dean speaks. Even Hong is shook as Bai sprints off. Dean's shook. Snaps at Huang. Yo, put a leash on your student. He lets it slide. Hangs like, thanks boss. Later, Hong chases Unk to his office to explain his massive L. It was luck, Hong cries. Unk yells, nah, you got absolutely pwned. Lan saw the whole thing from afar. Saw Bai spam that tells Hong Gro. In one frame, he found your weak spot and wrecked you. Dean is salty because ... even with his XP, he can't glitch movement like that. Says Hong versus Bai was like a pro gamer smurfing on a noob. Letting him know, Bai ain't your average kid. Meanwhile, Bai's speedrunning home, panic mode, engaged. He reaches the apartment block in record time. Remembering the bad ending, he's ready to clutch this round or die trying. Bursts in, dad's on TV, mom's on dishes, typical NPC behavior. He looks furious. Dad shocked home already. Sus. Bai ghosts his dad. Beelines for mom. Tearing up, just hyped that she's actually okay. She's mute, so she signs back to him. Made your fave spicy noodles. Bai's like, nah, hard pass today. I need pickled fish. Like, right now. Mom tries to argue, but he's stubborn, so she caves. She goes to buy it. Bai tries to follow, but dad blocks him. She's good. Why'd you ghost me when you walked in? Boy, grabs booze, stands up. How'd the awakening go? What's the loot? Turns out, Bai, ... Dad, Ling Shang, is an electric warrior. Strong, dangerous, total toxicity. Anicaps didn't awaken. Line was too long. Dad's not buying it. No powers. Why are you home then? Rants about a friend's son getting a trash class ... and expects Bai to pull an abyss rank or something up. Ling claims he's top tier and sweated blood raising a winner. Looking super salty and radiating spooky vibes, the boss demands to know what powers Bai unlocked. Drowning in that creepy aura, Bai caps again, claiming he's got 0 powers. Dad rages and cracks a bottle on Bai's skull. If he knew Bai got dust rank, he'd go new. Dude has 0 chill and major violence issues. Last life. The rank reveal turned the house into a war zone. He hit Bai, but mom tanked the damage, like always. Weak Bai just watched his dad beat her for an hour. Beatings were so bad she took permanent brain damage. Pass Bai just cried while she got destroyed. Useless. New Game Plus. He's here to change the script. But he's too low level to 1 vs 1. His C-rank dad yet. Cheap tricks he used on Hong won't work on this guy. Dad's a vet. Bai realizes, I can't touch this boss yet. Dad grabs his hair, screaming he's a total mistake. Bai knows he's cooked. Pops clocked out early just to use him as a punching bag. Knowing Dad's a psycho, Bai's stoked he got mom out first. But mid-victory dance, bonk, then the front door creaks. Uh-oh, it's mom. Exactly who shouldn't see this mess. She freaks seeing Dad treating Bai's skull like a drum. She sprinted back just to feed her kid. Bad timing. Bai freezes. Is this a rerun of the bad timeline? Right on cue, Dad targets her. Flashback, Bai chilling in jail. Past life, he grinded from noob green to platinum pro. Selly asks why a legend is on death row. Bai's reply, he let his mom die. Total guilt trip. He got the chair for ending his dad after mom passed. Back to now. Deja vu. Nightmare mode. While dad rages, mom rushes to check Bai. Normal dudes would be code. Bai's built different. Mom grabs him, acting as a human shield. Dad yaps about how hyped he was when she was expecting. He needed a son to carry the squad, unlike his brothers. But the results? Total cringe. His great hope rolled a dust rank. Trash tier. He screams Baya is perma-stuck at level 0. He says it's her lame DNA's fault. He goes to slap her, but Baya says, nope, uses flash blink to intercept the hit. Dad stumbles back, grinning like a psycho. Mom panics. He recovers, strutting over to delete his son. Baya cues up a parry, but Dad's fist smashes his sword in face instantly. Baya spits red. The level gap is too real. No cooldown allowed, another hit incoming. Blocks it, but his ribs still crack. Dad winds up a heavy one. Furious Bai dared to resist. Can't dodge, can't block. Bai just startles up. Dad hits him, yelling, "Die, you useless!" But Bai tanks it, not resetting today. Bai standing tall, just triggers Dad more. Think you're tough, 'cause you got skills. He sneers. He grabs a chair. Mom hugs Bai, bracing for impact. Suddenly, a loud voice outside yells, "Open up!" Dad looks bummed his kill streak was paused. Mom exhales. Bai just smirks. He set this up. Ling struts to the door, all macho, then instantly deflates upon seeing the guests. Two hulking dudes block the view, asking what took him an eternity. It's Inspector Liang and his buddy, Chun Jin-woo. The heavy hitters. Ling's the big shot red rank, while Chun is just a blue rank rookie. Ling starts shaking like a leaf, asking why the cops are crashing his pad. Ling flashes a mugshot of some bad dude. Ever seen this guy named Snow? He asks, straight to the point. Someone tipped them off that Snow's in the building, so they're raiding every unit. Ling lets out a breath, realizing he isn't the one in trouble today. He puts on a fake grin. Nope, haven't seen the guy. Since Snowy's famous, Ling swears he'd totally snitch if he saw him. Suddenly, the cop notices Bai looks like a zombie and asks, "What's up?" Ling lies through his teeth, claiming his kid tripped getting groceries. He pats the officer, trying to play it cool. "Kids, right? Clumsy." Bai cuts in. "Don't listen to him. He's lying. He beat me up. That's why I'm a mess." Bai yells, pointing at the blood. 18 minutes ago, Bai had sprinted to the payphone downstairs. He pranked the cops, saying the fugitive Snow was hiding right here. He knew they wouldn't ignore a snow tip. But wow, they arrived fast. Thank goodness they showed up. It literally saved his skin. Ling tries to laugh it off. "Me? Beat my own son? No way." But Bai isn't having it and spills the tea immediately. "He smashed a wine bottle on my head and whacked me with a stool." Bai points out every bruise like he's giving a guided tour. "Check the receipts, officer. The injuries don't lie." Then he goes full lawyer, quoting the Awakener laws verbatim. "Violent Awakeners get 15 days in the slammer for hurting civilians." The cops stare, totally shook by this kid's legal knowledge. Ling glares at his son with pure venom. After that speech, Ling shrugs. "You're busted, buddy." They cuff him fast, warning him to chill before they use force. As they haul Ling out, he's kicking and screaming. He yells threats, but Bai just ignores the noise and slams the door shut. Safe at last, Mom rushes over and squeezes him tight. Bai sighs, just glad he could protect his mom this time. But he only has 15 days to get buff before Dad returns. Before the cops took Dad, Bai swiped the safe key. Slick move. He knows Dad hides his leveling secrets inside. Time to loot. Later, Bai cracks that bad boy open. Inside is a wicked Bladus secret he remembered from his past life. Bai's plan: raid the demon caves with this new toy. Grinding those dungeons is the only way to level up his class. But there's a major glitch in the plan. High-level caves are for big guilds and gods only. No entry. He's stuck with the newbie dungeons at school for now. He's got the cheat codes to a secret dungeon from his past life. Bai rushes there, hyped to speedrun his way to the top. Back at the station, the cops in the lockup are yapping about that snow scare being fake news. They ain't salty. Investigating weird weather is their gig. While they chat, Ling tries sliding them cash to bail. Ling's grossed out. "Dude, you were in a guild? Have some class?" Cops are like, "Bro, bribing just adds stars to your wanted level. Just chill till morning." Then it's off to the Awakener Slammer. Lingung is absolutely fuming at his kid. Dad's out in 15 days, so Bai's gotta grind hard to level up. These caves are glitchy parallel worlds with random spawn doors. Big guilds usually call dibs immediately, packed with mobs and loot prime spots for farming XP. But going solo is suicide. You need a squad to survive. Bai's target is hit and nobody finds it for another 5 years. F-rank dungeons need 3 E-rank caves. You'd need a 5-man party with heavy hitters. Bai's betting this dungeon is just a lowly if. It's risky, but with zero backup, he's gotta solo this run. He knows the clock is ticking on his pop. Strapped with Dad's secret gear, he steps into the dungeon. Place is a total freezer. Ice snow, ... Bai guesses it's a cloud-type monster's turf. Exploring the map, he spots an ice bear catching Z's. Skeletons everywhere. Guess he wasn't the first player here? Suddenly, a savage wolf jumps him out of nowhere. That rank mob is OP. Bai dodges, but it keeps a-growing. Just barely jams his blade in its gnarly teeth. Then he flips the script. 1/ wolf is toast. Totally thanks to that rank sword carrying him. Can't buy that loot in stores, so Dad hid it away. With this bad boy, the level gap barely matters. The Hanwoo blade slices iron like warm butter. Even with god-tier gear, Bai knows he needs at least for hits per mob since they're so tanky. He jokes about missing his old maxed out stats, Needs to clap 20 wolves to level up his skills. Fighting in the ice zone buffs his cloud magic. 10 levels to go from E rank scrub to D. Blood smell pulls a pack. Dangerous, but great for grinding XP. They swarm him, but he just spams dodge and counter. Dancing around them, hitting hard without taking a scratch. Wipes the squad, 52 XP per kill. Sweet! Even scored some wolf fangs, trash mobs down. Now he has to deal with the Wolf King. He goes full ninja, speed blitzing the wolf so it can't heal. King dead, 56 points in the bag, plus a shiny snow wolf diamond. First wave cleared. Funnily enough, XP to hit D rank. Snagged 12 stat points too. Time to min-max his build. But yo, his stamina bar is blinking red already after just 20 kills. E rank bodies are seriously glitchy weak. Dude desperately needs a magic backpack for all this loot. Bai admits sallowing. A demon cave is total hardcore mode. That diamond, top tier crafting mat that sells for crazy cash. Wants into high level dungeons? Gotta join the Divine Core elites. Guilds run the schools. So scouts are always headhunting fresh meat. Literally every kid dreams of graduating and going pro with a guild. Get booted from the squad, the instant career, game over. Happened to Bai's dad, that's why Pops is hard stuck at C rank. Real talk. Fighting solo is draining his battery way too fast. He's gassed, and boom, new mob spawn. More wolves. Great. Time to tease the game mechanics a little bit. He kites the pack into the woods and chops trees to make an arena. All that racket aggroed the local cloud python. Now he's juggling wolves and giant snakes. What a mess. Time to engage big brain protocol to survive this scrum. He sets off a blast, hoping to wake up the cranky neighbor. It works. Frostbear wakes up mad and starts raging at everyone. Wolves and snakes get absolutely wrecked by the hangry bear. While the bear tanks Bai, he keeps farming this way, racking up score, and looting fangs left and right. Exploiting AI stupidity is fun. These mobs have high attack stats, but zero IQ. Letting the bear carry the fight saves his stamina bar. Still gotta land. Final blows for credit. He's wiping out fast though. Alright, initiating phase 2 of the master plan. Mobs grouped, smash the ice floor. Instant environment kill. He noticed they were fighting on a sketchy ice bridge between cliffs. That big brain move wiped nearly the whole lobby instantly. He's toast, but the bear and some strays are still standing. Ping. System unlocks a new title. 1 against 100. The title grants a 10% stat buff in group fights. Clutch. Bear. Whatever. He's waiting for the actual level boss to spawn. With all this chaos, where is the big bad guy hiding? Out of nowhere, massive ice spell. Nukes the zone. He gets tagged before he can blink. Okay, bad calculation. Boz was already awake, just camping until everyone was low HP. Now he and the monsters are bunched up with nowhere to run. The spell lands, and great. His legs are frozen, solid. Suddenly, he realizes that ice bridge was obviously bait for a trap. The boss rigged the whole thing to swoop in and steal the loot. Bai realizes this monster actually has brains. It's the Kalen demon monkey, chillin' with his whole ape squad. Bai is basically turning into a popsicle, totally covered in ice and unable to move, while the monkey dude grins like a total creep. Turns out this dungeon is hardcore and usually needs a full squad of totally frozen. Bai is terrified that hypothermia is gonna punch his ticket for good. Monkey boss points a claw at Bai and tells his goons to jump him. Stuck in a jam, Bai decides to bust out his parry move. Since parrying needs frame-perfect timing, he waits until the very last millisecond. He triggers the parry and shatter combo, smashing the ice and stuffing the incoming attack. He's loose but screwed since his stamina bar just tanked hard. Shatter burns energy to break crowd control, but it eats stamina like snacks. Bai bets the monkey's ult is on cooldown, so he's gotta end this right now. Then the monkey 6, the ice bears and wolves on him. His element matchup is trash here, so winning looks pretty sketch. His gas tank is empty, and he is totally winded. The monkey dude chills like a supervillain, barking orders at his minions. If more mobs spawn, Bai knows he is absolutely toast. Brainstorming an exit, he almost gets bonked by a monkey with a club. Bai barely manages to block the hit, but gets shoved back, scraping his knee on the ice just to stay up. That surprise hit sapped his juice, putting him in a bad spot. The ice bear won't shut up, weakening him even more. With its screaming, a bear eats an ice boulder, but Bai slices it in half. But the cold sucks, and his stamina bar is blinking red. Seeing Bai's gassed, the monkey spams another ult. Ice Storm. Bai Ashok didn't expect that OEST's cooldown to be so broken. His eyes bug out in terror watching the attack fly in. It reminds him of his past life clutches, where he got that gamer instinct for survival. Bai figures in his messed up state. He has exactly 2 plays. Stay and throw hands. Nah, 0 stamina means game over. Option 2. Bai picks that and yeets himself off the cliff instantly. But the monkey snipes his feet with ice, making him trip and wipe out. With ice crusting over him, Bai splashes hard into the river below. While he is fighting for his life, Mom barges into his room back home, expecting a sleeping lump. She is shocked to find an empty bed. He dipped yesterday, Friday, and now it is already Saturday. Mom spots a note, claiming he crashed at a buddy's place. Bai said chill Badine just freaked her out. She knows he'd tell her face to face, unless stuff was sketchy. She's stressing hard since he's been acting totally weird as heck since yesterday. She is totally stressing, cause her brain is spinning. Meanwhile, Bai actually stuck the landing, yeeting himself off a cliff. Total 4D chess move. Recalls that almost 100 mobs took a swim when he broke the bridge, but only 40 paid out XP. Oh, the rest are still kicking. Bai hacks up a lung, dragging his butt out of the freezer. Alive, but his stamina bar is blinking red, bleeding, freezing, and totally not a vibe. Fall damage, wrecking him. He knows he's one hit from game over. Lying there thinking, GG, is this it? Suddenly, ice bears spawn everywhere to spawn camp him. As they creep up, cue the flashback sequence. Thinking about loot, the squad, and Mom's cooking. Plus, his evil dad and that snake who backstabbed him. Brangos, wasted screen incoming. Bai's, like not, fists clenched. He clutches up right before the bite. Hand up, literally blocks the chomper, like a boss. Refuses to let the bad RNG from his past replay. Already took 1L and lost his inventory. This run, he's flipping the script. Yeets the bear into orbit. Exhales frost, grabs his blade. Let's go. Being this desperate, glitches the system for a class up. Bai stands there glowing yellow, mobs all around. Trying to solo this dungeon and fight. Scary mobs was just a trigger that old school panic. Hoped the adrenaline spike would force a level up. Nearly got wrecked, but didn't quite hit the Rex. But instead of a class change, he unlocks a broken ult. Nuclo, Holy Swordsman. That's endgame content, baby. Not a new class, but this skill slaps. He's hyped now. Points his blade. Your free trial of life has ended. 1. Mob twitches. Then, the whole pack rushes. Bai doesn't blink. Sword. Ready, chill mode on. They get close. He pops Sanctuary and one-shots the whole crowd. Slices them up while the HUD goes crazy saying he clapped ice bears and wolves. XP farming activated. Loot drops everywhere. Hides, bones, teeth. Sweet. The skill even refills his stamina bar. 2 up. Plus, he snags an upgrade in the Icefield Wanderer tag. Buffs his resistance against Cloud. Types and blocks 100 damage. Clutch buff, looks up the cliff, vowing to clear the map and the boss. XP flood pushes him to E-class level 9. Instantly toggles his new buff to ignore the cold. Sanctuary even lets him stash away. Soak up hits, then nuke the whole enemy squad at once. Gotta get beat up first though. At least it refilled his energy. Bai realizes he needs to speedrun this before Mom freaks out. Parkours up the cliff to the monkey boss's crib. Ice monsters are guarding the spot, but Bai ignores him and kicks the door down. Grinds some mobs to hit level 10. Whoops, it's 11. In the evening, and Mom is super stressed. Dinner's ready, but she's just praying he's not dead. Bai wrecks the ice bears. Now facing the scary monkey elite guards, the boss looks totally chill, tells his goons to end by monkey lunges, Bai blocks, and slices it. Easy clap. Boss sees that and starts sweating. Rages out with Ice Storm Oat. But Bai's immune, useless. Bai rushes him. Boss panics and lights up his magic staff. Buffs the minions into hyper mode. Bai just sees them as free XP for D. Slices through them like butter. Then chops off the boss's arm. Dude screams, blood everywhere. Boss looks up, Bai giving him the death stare. Unleashes a combo attack. System notification pops up. Bai beat the D-class as your king. Plus 1000 XP. Leveled up to D-class nuclear warrior. Time to grab the loot. System says a new class is unlocking cause he fought a cloud user. Bai's shook. Totally forgot about that mechanic. Body glows red and blue. Unlocked cloud mage, can swap classes whenever. Now, stoked, he got a red class, while still nuclear class has 100% bonus. This has 200, it's already as strong as his main build. Loots a mage weapon, magic stone, and a 20-slot bag. Mobs watched him loot. Bai notices the survivors. Perfect target dummies for the new skills. Swaps to mage mode. Eyes glow red, ready to destroy. It's 5 in the morning. On Sunday, Mom's still up, waiting in the living room. Door opens. She jumps up instantly. Bai walks in grinning. Sorry for the worry. She tackles him with a crying hug. He's stunned. She didn't eat. Got good news though. Bagged some serious loot thanks to that new pouch. Medan or broker on the way out. Dude offers 800, but Bai's like nah, 8 grand. Brokers, brain short. Bai doesn't even sweat it. Just grabs his loot to leave. Guy panics. Yells 2 grand, but Bai opts it to 5,000. Savage. Merchant pleads. 3,000. Final offer. Bro. While he's yapping, Bai hikes it again until it hits 7,000. Realizing Bai is totally crazy, the broker caves and pays the 7 grand instantly. Past life experience means Bai plays these greedy punks like fiddles. Use that sweet cash to snag a swanky pad for his mom. Before the rewind, his mom's life was just constant drama and struggle. Now, he's all about spoiling her rotten so she can just chill. He drops the cash right there, and mom nearly faints at the price tag. By 8 that Sunday night, they were totally moved into the new dig. Seeing mom grin like that, worth it. Been ages since she looked that happy. Even with the fancy new crib, and ranking up to D class. He can't relax cause his dad's still a threat. Gotta deal with Daddy Dearest before hunting the big bad boss. Slaps a magic rock on his arm to boost AoE damage by 50%. Meanwhile, Hong is literally grinding XP nonstop, speedrunning dungeons like a maniac to level up. Sis says, take a break, and he literally smacks her hand away. Rude much. Dude's desperate to stay number 1, no matter the cost. Some mystery guy checks the roster and sighs. 0 talent here, Link. Next day at 7th, Bayu wakes up, panicked like, yo, I'm totally late. He asks why she didn't wake him. She just thought he looked too cozy. She pats his head. Chill, kid. Eat your food slowly. Hurt you vibe works. He realizes he hasn't slept or eaten this good in forever. Then she hits him with, want a toy or book? Bai's shook by the random gift offer. She's like, duh, your birthday's next Friday, June 5th. Oh, snap. She's right. He totally forgot cause nobody celebrated it for ages. Since mom died in the bad timeline, birthdays became just another day. Total bummer. He tries to think of a gift, but draws a blank. He's got what matters. His only real wish, is fragging the traitor who wiped his squad last time. At school, everyone's hyping up the combat. Sim prep, teacher briefs, the noobs, on what's going down. Heads up, the Divine Guild is watching you all like hawks. Smash the sim if you want them to notice you. It's basically the final exam, and it's like, no pressure, MVP gets a ticket to boot camp with the high school big shots. Once-a-year event, aka the golden ticket to network with the guild. School usually sends the students to Shanghai Nation where the guild HQ is. Road trip. Bai thinks back to the Shanghai Nation where he met his sensei, and that snake was born. But the snake never met the boss. Joining the corps is way later. Bai needs a high score to hit camp and hunt down the rat. The simulation, Brawl, is this Friday, just 4 days out. While some are hyped, nerds like 4 Eyes are sweating the real maze. Teach points to the gym for session 1, physical, torture in the gravity room, starting with 10 sets of suicide runs. Bai shocks everyone, telling Teach he's skipping the rec room. The whole class, Teach included, is totally shook. Teach thinks he's slacking cause he beat Hong and tells him to chill. But Bai's like, nah, I need the hardcore stuff. Confused, Teach asks if Bai's dissing his methods. Bai admits cardio is key for awakeners, so the gravity room is okay. But those runs are really just for classes, like assassins or warriors who need speed, not everyone else. He argues that mages and enchanters should be vibing in the element room. Basically, different strokes for different folks based on class. Teach realizes Bai is literally schooling him on his own job. Qian hears this, and her jaw drops. She realizes Bai is Smith and matches Mr. Dong Yang's from the Divine Corps. It's brand new info she only saw on her dad's tape. She can't believe Bai Ye had the same brain. Specs warns him not to sass the top trainer. Instead of raging, Teach pats. Bai smiles and calls the idea interesting. Teach then says, with this mob of kids, custom training is a logistical nightmare. He notes the combat sim, grates them, and screwing up could ruin their whole future. Bai recalls that despite his trash family, his teachers always had his back, making him who he is today. He faces Teach, promising he won't flop. Teach asks how a nuke warrior plans to train then. Bai says, crank the element room suppression to the max. Teach and Specs both freak out. Bai lies about balancing stats to cover his secret mage training. Suddenly, pipes up, saying she's down for element control too. Teach sighs, lets them go, but tells them to crush it. At finals, Chi approaches Bai, asking to team up, but he shuts her down for a solo room. Qian says, getting dumped, just fueled her boss mode energy. Over in the elemental gym, Bai's kind of flailing around, since he's a total noob mage, but he plans to speedrun the mastery. Gotta keep his job swapping hack on the down low though. Since the Big Brother gods are watching every move on campus, no point putting a target on his back this early in the game. Kai's rocking 1% suppression, convinced she's on Bai's level. Bai's playing the lone wolf card to keep his peers safe. Post-class, Specs and the gang chase him down, yelling, wait up. These dudes were his ride-or-die besties in his last life. Typical losers, club weak, bullied, and stuck together. Hanging with them was the only vibe check he passed back then. But on his revenge arc, no room for squad goals now. He hops on his bike and zooms off, dusting them hard. They're shook. Thought the trio was unbreakable, but he dipped. Specs notes, bias, whole personality, flipped after the awakening. Dude's confident now. Then boom, they find him actually waiting. He tells Specs, "Yo, get your lungs checked ASAP, bro." They're hyped. He stopped, until he calls them to slow to hang. Then he's back on the wheels, and Skirty's gone, leaving them stunned. In the last timeline, Specs got lung rot and died fast. Bayou wants him breathing, even if they aren't buddies. Specs still thinks the old Bai's in there, just icy now. At Shanghai boot camp, two guys hype up a cracked new recruit. Kid's rocking the exact same hairstyle. That snake, who backstabbed Bai's squad. Home later, he tells Mom, "Don't go out. I'll do the grocery runs." He's stressing because he knows Hood isn't safe. Gotta move her somewhere better. In Awakener jail, Ling Shang's cutting deals with the lunch lady. By Tuesday, Bai is finally getting the hang of Mage life. It's all about cast times and power math. He's breaking the gym while his pals wheeze through shuttle runs. The grind never stops. The next day, Specs and the crew ask Bai to grab food. Standard rejection. He says he's gotta bounce home early, but he drops a pro tip for archers before dipping. The archer kid starts freaking out with joy. Thursday, the doc tells Specs he's lucky he came in. Turns out, a parasite was speedrunning growth in his lungs. Doc says, book surgery at a big hospital, like yesterday. Specs says, thanks and promises to set it up. Walking out, it hits him. Bayou totally called this. How do you know? Bai just got way more mysterious. Out of nowhere, he catches some dudes yapping about Hong. Dude hit E-class level 4, basically the MVP of the exam. Turns out, his rich fam has a private dungeon just for his XP grind. That's when the gossip crew spills some tea that totally freezes Specs. Hong's planning to jump Bai after class for last weekend's drama. They say he's super salty and might actually unalive the guy. He even packed a weapon to make sure it really hurts. Specs hears that and realizes his homie is totally toast. Freaking out, he decides he's gotta play hero for Bai. Zooming down the hall, picturing Hong's lame traps. Stressed that Hong brought his whole squad to jump him. He skids to a halt, realizing he's basically useless. Wants to bail, but then remembers Bai, he saved his bacon. That's his bro, so he's down to take a beating for him. Specs books it to the armory and busts a lock. Hates breaking rules, but saving his buddy matters more. Kicks the door open, ready to go down, swinging. Scans the loot and grabs a massive axe. Suddenly, Qian's behind him asking, "Yo, why the break-in?" Specs tries to zip it, but she keeps nagging him about the rush. He finally yells that he's gotta go save Bai's skin. Meanwhile, Bai knows he's got a tail and stops in an alley. Hong pops out, trying to look tough with a sword, saying it's payback time. Bai gives him a pity look. Like, you really think you can win? Hong swears he's absolutely gonna wreck him. He shouts this while zooming in with his accelerate skill. Claims he's been grinding XP non-stop since their beef. Then he pops another skill to teleport right behind him. But before he lands a hit, Bai glitches out of the way. Sees an opening, grabs Hong, and faceplants him. Hong wheezes, realizing Bai's stats are way higher. Can't believe it, but Bai says, "I've been grinding too, bro." Bai slams a dagger into the dirt, inches from his ear. Hong finally gets that he's totally outclassed. Same age, but he knows he'll never beat this monster. Hong's shook that Bai leveled up as well, and screams, "What's your level?" Totally in denial. Says he busted his butt just to hit level 4. He can't handle that. Bai is still quicker. Bai just smirks at his hard work speech. Asks, "Ever died before?" And Hong just gives up. Hong thinks he's being mocked, and Bai's like, "Yup," but promises he doesn't actually hate his guts. Bai digs that Hong kept it real, no ambush, no squad, just him. Dude clearly just wanted to flex his muscles and see where he stands. Hong starts screeching, "End me now, bruh, or I'm coming for your head." He's super salty, yelling at Bai to quit acting like a shrink. Bai rolls his eyes. "Okay, scratch that. You really are annoying." Meanwhile, Specs and Chi are creeping in the bushes, peeping the drama. They're shook that Bai cleaned house without screaming for backup. Bai's literally using Hong as a chair, and the guy's out cold. Bai leans down. "Yo, wake up. I got a proposition for you. I can make you beastly, but you gotta do me a solid first." Friday rolls around. Pop quiz time, but with fists. Teach gathers the herd. Alright, listen up. Combat sim starting now. It's a sim, but we're tossing you into a legit maze. Good luck. We nerf at the monsters, but they can still mess you up pretty bad. Don't be a hero. Stay in your lane or get eaten. We got some high school seniors to babysit so you don't die. They won't carry you. They only jump in if you're about to be toast. Squads of 4 or 5, follow the leader. Pick your poison. E-class dungeon or the baby F-class 1. Just so you know, Teach warns, if you're scrub tier, don't even look at fail, and I'm tanking your grades. Stakes are high, kiddos. Speech over. All right, pick a difficulty setting, the teacher barks. Who's dumb I mean, brave enough for hands up. Only 8 people volunteer, including Chi-In and Hong. Specs is floored, y'all have a death wish or something. Out of 180 kids, only 8 step up. Weak sauce. Teach shrugs. The rest of you chickens get the easy mode. Chi-In blinks. Wait, why are Bai's hands in his pockets? Bai steps up. Actually, can I hit the D-Class Spirit Jade dungeon? You could hear a pin drop. The whole room freezes like their game crashed. Dead silence. Bai just asks for the boss level. Teach's jaw hits the floor. Is this kid hallucinating? Hong and Chi-In are staring like he sprouted a second head. Teach laughs nervously. Funny joke, kid. Now you'll die instantly. But Bai isn't laughing. He's got that deadly serious I'm not playing look. Suddenly, Dean Hong Liang struts into the Son, D-Class is for pros. You need a death certificate pre-signed. Bai doesn't flinch. Rulebook says, I choose my level, right? It says student choice. Didn't see fine print about limits. This school wants legends for the guild. Legends need guts. Bai grins and asks, unless the dean actually planned on ruining his big moment. Bai's logic trap worked. Dean Hong caved, but then dropped a butt. ... Squads only. No solo runs allowed. Bai shot back instantly. I'm a one-man army. Thanks. That ticked the dean off. It's against the rules. We can't have you dying out there. Right at the awkward silence, Chi-In raised a hand, looking totally chill. I'll take the D-Class too, she declared, eyes blazing. Dean Hong started sweating bullets. Excuse me? You crazy. If you get a scratch, your dad will end me. Chi-In didn't blink. I need that top score. Time to level up. With a super confident wink, she turned to Baya. Guess we're partners. Bai, shut that down fast. Nope, I fly solo. Before she could even get mad at the diss, Teach bunked both their heads. Objection overruled. He grinned. You two are stuck together. The dean facepalmed hard, but finally nodded, grumbling something about cocky freshmen these days. Then the teacher dropped another truth bomb. 2 rookies in a death trap. No senior's gonna want to babysit that. Just when it looked hopeless, a hand shot up from the upper. This total heartthrob stepped forward with a megawatt smile. Can't leave the country's future unprotected? Can we? Teach looks so relieved, he nearly cried, telling the volunteer, thank God. With you there, I won't have a heart attack. Chi-In nudged Bai. She actually knew this guy. That's Zeeling, she whispered. He almost made the ultimate squad. Zeeling walked over, smirking, but Bai was totally blank on who or what that was. Zeeling posed, and Bai just went, sorry, who are you again? That actually cracked Zeeling up. He thought to himself that this kid was just a clueless tryhard with zero chill. Squad assembled. The teacher turned to the crowd. Teams are locked, he shouted as the combat sim booted up, ripping open a giant, glowing red portal. Drones are up. We're live streaming every move, so look sharp. One last pep talk, urging everyone to bring their A game and chase that high score, while the other kids geared up. Bai stared ahead, laser. Fun fact, Awakens Academy sits right on top of a dead demon cave. Over time, it leaked out many portals the whole school uses for practice. These fresh spawns rated F2D were basically perfect XP farms for students. As the other noobs jumped in, the simulation timer started. Once inside, Bai, Chi-In, and their babysitter Zeeling had a drone glued to them. Bai knew the cameras were rolling. Every move was content now. He knew he had to play it cool and keep his aces hidden, especially with weird threats popping up. With the gods upstairs watching his every move, he knew exactly why he picked this insane difficulty. That Spirit Jade dungeon had the loot he was dying to get his hands on. The squad dropped into a spooky forest, right on the edge of a cliff. At their feet lay the glowing green guts of a thorny vine, proof of their first kill. Zeeling strutted between Bai and Chi-In like a total boss. Relax, I got you, he bragged, claiming he's crushed way harder dungeons with pro teams before. As they trekked deeper into the creepy woods, she asked just how tough these D-Class creeps actually were. He explained that the mobs ranged from level E, but since the school nerfed the dungeon, no real boss or big baddies would show up. He smirked, warning them not to sleep on the high E-Class mobs, since they hit fast and hard. You noobs are still squishy, he reminded them, and Chi just nodded along. Zeeling then turned his attention to Chi-In, promising easy XP, farming and swearing on his life to keep her safe. But Mediapi noticed Bai wandering way off, glowing with some weird green vibe. Zeeling froze, confused. Yo, stop before you aggro something, he yelled. Bai stopped, turned around, and coldly told Zeeling to zip it, leaving the senior completely shook. Smirking with glowing eyes, Bai said, stay put, I don't need your help. They just stared with dropped jaws as Bai walked off, taking charge. The scene cut to the livestream, showing the trio as the combat sim broadcast officially kicked off. Back at school, huge screens let everyone watch the live action, tracking every team's dungeon drama in real time. The camera cut to a VIP room labeled Ultimate School Team. Inside, the green-haired vice captain was on the phone. He told the captain to tune in, saying things were getting spicy this year. Smirkin, he pointed out, that a freshman actually had the guts to pick a D-class dungeon. A shadowy woman asked, "So, what class is this kid?" The vice captain laughed. "That's the best part. He's a nuclear warrior. Literally, trash, tier, hooked by the craziness." The mysterious captain said she had to see where he got that kind of nerve. Meanwhile, the feed switched to check on the other squads. In an F-class zone, Specs was screaming, waving a tambourine like a maniac. His crew was battling, flame bats up close, YE supported from way back in the safety zone. A senior supervisor yelled at him to chill out, reminding him he was safe and just needed to cast buffs. But Specs was shaking, crying about how scary even the weak mobs were. Meanwhile, the E-rank dungeon was total chaos. Squads fought electric wolf beasts with gnarly teeth. Honkin's crew, getting wrecked, with peeps downed everywhere. A medic checked a guy, asking, "You good, bro?" Seeing the mess, Hong yelled, "Fine, I'll solo M." Hating to lose, he rushed a wolf screaming, "I'll beat butt." A red stat screen popped as he hit, buffing his stats and lifesteal to the max. Cut to the sealed D-rank zone, whereby he just let rip a massive green energy slice. He chilled amidst a pile of wrecked monster bits. Sista pings confirmed the kills, with each beast giving him 30x. The squad stared, the boss stuttering, "How'd he do that?" Before he could reply, new baddies spawned. 2 giant, multi-eyed spiders crept up. Bai shrugged, telling Yin, eyeing his dad's huge sword in awe, said even so, fighting that many at once is nuts. She admitted she was nowhere near his level yet. Bai turned, saying, "Don't compare yourself to others." Calmly, he told her to just focus on grinding her own stats. Amused by his bluntness, she grinned, hugging her book and shouting, "I'll do my best." Zeeling scowled, mad this newbie was stealing his thunder. He stepped up, trying to flex. Rink telling Bay, "Don't get cocky, kid." Patting Bay's head like a pet, Zeeling admitted. He did okay for a noob, but it gets harder from here. He started barking orders, telling Chien to mob the right side. Bai cut in. I got left, leaving Xylene looking dumb. They stood in a cave full of defeated monster corpses. The path split, a red magic seal glowing at the end. As Bai totally ignored him, talked to Qian Zelling, got salty. Bai asked if Qian could solo the weaklings on the right. Ignored, Zeeling fumed about the disrespect. Baya said this sim test, skills, so she had to prove herself. He asked simply, "Don't you want a high score?" That pumped Qian up. She nodded firmly. "I got this." Plan set. Bei Yui strolled down the left path solo. Qian and Xylin went right, keeping an eye on B. Back Xyling was super salty, muttering curses. He figured if Bai wouldn't listen, he's gotta catch these hands. Pop, golden light, bow out dudes plotting something shady. Meanwhile, back in the viewing room, the crowd was glued to Bai's stream. Absolutely shook. Drone cam showed him soloing hordes of E-class mobs, like a boss. "Yo, look at that kill count." One viewer yelled. A teacher asked, "What's his level again?" Stats say E1, but he's gotta be smurfing. Another joked. They guessed he's at least E3 or E4 by now. Bai, just staring down giant spiders like whatever. The ceremony teacher told the other staff that Bai's sending right wasn't random. Kid read the matchups. Plant user versus stellar mobs. Ji-Ying gets the elemental buff. Total advantage. Teach hyped Bai's tactics. Genius moves under pressure. Remembering Bai's I won't fail promise. The teacher grinned. Kid wasn't just talking trash. He watched the screen, waiting for the next flex. Bai's POV proved the teacher was spot on. He peeped those stellar beasts camping the right cave earlier. Knowing they were low trash, it was free XP for Qian's element. Bonus, Chi followed the path and found a huge purple glowing beetle. The bug went full, aggro and charged. Fast reflex, she slaps the ground. Vine wall. Spiky vines burst up, grabbing the bug tight. Spell worked, but Qian looked stressed, gritting her teeth and screaming for the next hit. With a loud yell, Chi made the vine squeeze harder. They crushed the giant beetle, cracking its shell. Poison damage. Critical hit. Beast down. Ping. System says. E-class starbug killed, 30 XP gained. Chi-Yin pumps her. Fist, yes, nailed it. She beamed with pride. From his lane, Bai was watching her run. He noted E-class mages already get skills. Nice. Her skill, Toxic Plant Wall, Classic Vine Wall. Bai was actually pretty impressed. First, Dungeon Run. fighting strong mobs, and she's chill. Used a wall to trap, not just block. Big brain play, he figured. She's definitely got hands. Natural fighter. She's good. Bye. He turned to the giant red seal in his cave. 5-element fires flickered like a weird light show around it. He guessed the boss tier nasties were locked behind it. With Chi handling the trash mobs, he could focus on the real loot. Creeping toward the seal, Bai brainstormed to play. He'd totally aced this while smurfing, even on the but he had to play. His next move smart. That seal looked hardcore. Meanwhile, Zeal watched from the back, super salty. He couldn't believe these noobs were ghost vibes. If they felt so pro'd, he'd crank up the difficulty. He eyed the shiny magic lock in the main cave. Poof! He's behind Chie, aimed his blinged out bow at the floor, not the mobs. Smirking like a troll, he yelled, should catch this and needed a light arrow. Boom! It missed Chi, but blew a massive crater in the floor. Chi spun around, totally confused by the friendly fire. Zeal played dumb, asking, yo, why'd you dodge? Claiming he was just trying to buff her stats. Then a nasty growl rumbled from the pit. Big shiny monster incoming. Before she could blink, a two-headed lion zipped out, rushing her. HUD popped up. Level 11 twin-head lion. Bad news. The random spawn of buffed monster had Chi, lagging in fear. Feeling the energy spike, Bai spun around. Hearing the drama, the lion roared, turning into a fiery Chi, panicked and tossed hands out, trying to rout it with thorny vines. But the lion's heat was too spicy. It toasted the vines instantly. Path clear. The beast jumped, mouths open to chomp her. Chi just stood there, thinking game over. Zeal watched from afar, grinning like a troll, readying his bow again to add to the mess. Right then, Bei hit his turbo, skill speed up, 50%. He zoomed like a glitch, cutting off the Firecat midair. Zeal didn't see that speedrun strat coming. In a tick Bai yet a Chi aside, maxing his speed stats, he popped Flash Blink, phasing right through the bite to bonk its head hard. The hit knocked the big guy back as Bai landed smoothly, shielding the stunned girl. Now, tanking with his sword, Bai was shook by the mob's speed. Knowing it'd be a tough scrap, Zeal watched with a sick smirk. He knew this map inside out, knew one glitchy twin-headed lion always spawned here. He chuckled to himself. These cocky noobs didn't stand a ghost of a chance against a legit D-rank monster. Dude's Evo plan clicked as he tweaked the last detail. He'd totally buffed the lion himself. Red pop-up hovered over the angry beast, proving Xilin's cheat. Lion was in light arrow mode, low gravity, crazy damage, and mega speed. Xiling dubbed it the zoomy two-headed lion in his head. Another pop-up screamed berserk, plus 10% attack, 50% speed. Staring down this crazy OP boss, Bai looked super grim, gripping his dad's dagger. He wondered if he'd have to go full try-hard to live. He told Chi to back off, saying this monster was way out of her league. Chi glared, totally annoyed, mad at herself for freezing up earlier. The giant flaming lion jumped, zooming straight at Bai and Chi Yin. As Bai got ready to solo it, Chi Yin, looking fierce, threw her hand out and yelled, Vine wall. Bam! Spiky vines shot up, grabbing the lion midair and squeezing tight. Not chillin' yet. Qian dumped more mana in, screaming for backup layers. With a yell, she dropped a triple vine wall, caging the beast and pausing the fight. Bai stared, shook by her random power spike. She asked to tag team, swearing she wouldn't be dead weight, even for a D-rank beast. She wanted to take it on together. Xiling watched, confused. Was she crazy? She almost got chomped 5 seconds ago. A smirk hit Bai face, he said. She bounced back fast, thought she'd be frozen in terror. Chi Yin hit back with fresh hype, saying she grinded too hard to lose. Now, standing together, they got ready to fight the trapped boss, for real. Grinning confidently at Bai, Xian said she totally trusted him with him there. She wouldn't die. Bai, being real, instantly warned her she blew a ton of mana on that triple skill and was running low. Xian just said, I know. This vibe reminded Bai of Chi Yin from his past life. Even then, she was a middle school celeb. Flashback. Tiny Chi Yin telling the class she'd join the Divine Guild and be a priest. Bai recalled she was bold, positive, and super chill. Even with her rich fam background, she was cool and a responsible class. He lost her later and thought she lived basic. But now, he knew one thing. She was legit trustworthy. With a solid teammate, Bai felt he could pass without showing his op skills. But Xiling rolled his eyes from the sidelines, mocking their so-called teamwork. What a joke, did they seriously think they could take down a boss that big? That flimsy vine wall is gonna snap in like 2 seconds. Max, real fights take more than just good vibes. You idiots. They're toast against the buffed D-class monster I unleashed on them. Xiling smirked, deciding to just chill and watch the fail. He'd wait until they were begging for help, then he'd swoop in like a hero. We're gonna teach them a serious lesson about respecting their seniors. But right as he was plotting his big moment, the two-headed lion roared and totally busted those vines apart. With the monster loose, bye, I'll aggro the nucleon, he told Chi-Yin. You wait for the shot. Chi nodded. She totally understood the assignment. They split up, tricking the fiery lion into a dumb, reckless charge. Bai knew the beast wanted him. Since he was the one who heard it first, he kited the angry furbo toward the deep lake nearby. He cannonballed in without thinking twice, and the lion, too angry to think, splashed right in after him. Underwater, Bai was fast. The wet lion, not so much. Seeing the beast flail around, he yelled to Chi-Yin, "Now's the time." She didn't hesitate for a single second. Boom, vine wall spell, activated. The soggy kitty popped up right into a trap of thorny vines. It screamed in frustration, but it was basically nerfed. Chi-Yin tightened the grip with a fierce look. Total combo success. The water wrecked its fire skills and messed up its nuclear core. System alert. Berserk mode. Failed nuclear mode. Offline, it was poisoned and totally stuck. Bai hopped out of the water, sword ready to finish the job. No escape now, he smirked, holding his blade high. Time to ace this test and grab that high score. Xylan's jaw basically hit the floor, watching this. How did a basic vine trap stop that monster? Even he would have struggled, and he was the one who buffed it. He just stood there cursing. So, salty. Back in the viewing room, the teachers were absolutely hyped. One professor broke down the big brain play for everyone. Water nerfs the lion, buffs the plant magic. Simple math. Bai's teacher was beaming with pride. Great reflexes, solid leading, smart elemental play. The staff agreed. First place is in the bag. Just need the kill. Once the guild sees this clip, everyone is gonna flip out. Bai might just set the craziest high score in school history. Just as they waited for the kill shot, stream died. Rip. Chat went wild. Lag. Glitch. Why did cut now? IRL. The reason was obvious. The drone was toast, shattered, and smoking. Zelling's standing there, smirk on his face, bow glowing. Figures no footage means no high score for Bai. Threat down. Asterisk ding. System alert pops up. Victory. Level 11, beast dead. 100x. Sweet. Bai hypes. Chi-Yin up. That was all you. She blush. Nah, I just followed orders. Nope. Bai corrects. You did the work. Your resistance stats are cracked, that's why you hit so hard. Chi-Yin looks lost. Resistance stats? Elemental resistance, she repeats. Total noob moment. Then Zelling comes out of hiding, looking salty. Boss is dead. Quit yapping and move. They just give him the bombastic Zelling's like, I'm done with you clowns. Bai steps up. You buffed the boss? A newbies? Psycho? Zelling looks away, acting innocent. Meant to buff her. She moved. Yeah, right. Bai roasts him. Your aim is trash. Call yourself an archer. Embarrassing? Chi-Yin joins the roast session. No wonder the elite team rejected you. Zellin snaps. Say that again. Bow flares up. Bai doesn't flinch. Steps up. Shields. Chi-Yin, try me. Zelling realizes he can't win. Deflates like a sad balloon. Lois is in whatever. Watch your back. Just wait, he grumbles, rage quitting the dungeon. Once he's gone, they check the dead drone. Chi-Yin is fuming. That guy is literally toxic. Sees Bai, poking the scrap. What you're doing? He smashed it, so we'd lose points. Bai explains. But since the camera's off, and he's gone to fetch a replacement. We've got 0 witnesses and tons of time. Bai grins. He actually did us a solid. Time for the secret side quest. Chi-Yin's confused. What are you planning? He drags her back to the center room. Right in front of the scary red boss seal. Can you keep a secret? He asks. Not that anyone would believe you anyway. Wink. Chi was tripping, stuttering as she asked what his game was. Cut 2. That sketchy alley beef between Bai and Hong earlier. Bai's secret hustle was finally out in the open. To get buff, Hong had to fork over the unsealing stone his uncle had. Bai gripped that rock, glowing runes pulsing like crazy. Then he dropped his absolutely insane plan on her. He was going to use it to blow the spirit jade dungeon wide open. He slapped it on the altar, and wicked red vibes swirled everywhere. She freaked, screaming he was going to get them killed. It's a D-class dungeon. Popped the seal, and we're monster As the dark energy spiked, body was chill. Relax, he said. The seal's leftovers will keep him weak. Chi wasn't buying it. Even nerf-ed monsters are too much. No way 2 of us can handle a mob like that. Who said anything about 2 people? Bai smirked. His bracelet lit up, and bam, fiery aura explosion time. Kai's jaw hit the floor, staring at the impossible. Bai stood there, not a warrior anymore, but a freaking mage, staff in hand, dripping with magic juice. Kai's eyes popped. Since when? Are you a wizard? She shrieked. Wrapped in red glow, Bai told her to hug the exit. Stay safe. Snap. The magic chains broke, and 3 flaming lions roared, charging straight at them. Watch out. She screamed, reaching out like that would help. She was totally panicking for him. But Bai, ice cold, staff up, summoning clouds as lions roared. Ding Sister says, he's rocking the E-class cloud mage job now. Let's go. He fired his spell, and icy waves blasted the charging beasts. Chiwa stunned. A red job? That's top-tier stuff. She could barely handle 1 kitty, let alone a squad. Yet Bai froze, all 3 instantly. Literal. Staring at the frozen statues, Bai shrugged. Seal was tight. Figured they'd rush out together. He narrowed his eyes. Gonna need more room for part 2. She got the memo, clenching her fists. She nodded and bolted for the safe zone. Boom. New wave. Fiery panther things burst out, paws thumping, red eyes glowing as they charged. Then a massive D-class flame leopard showed up, towering like a boss. Bai didn't flinch. He stared it down. He did the math, D-class but half strength thanks to the seal lag. Mage mode, activate. He used ice forming, turning air moisture into ice to wreck. First step, lock these goons down. Easy dubs. Big scary shadow pops up. Time to remix the strat. Ping, class swap, nuclear warrior. Let's scrap. Rocking that nuke. Warrior fit. Buy a ducks, a spicy fire, beast stab. Green glow up engage. Just missed that heat. Smirks hard. Sneak attack. Nice try. Scrub. Fire beast, rushes. Poof. Green flash. He's ghost. With a total power flex, he spawns back. Already swapped. 2 cloud mage. Staff out. Spell loaded. Magic time. Zoom in beastie is now a jagged, cracked popsicle. Chian's in the cheap seats. Totally shook. Like, how's he swapping classes like outfits? Then it Etzer. Major brain blast moment. Watching him, the element room grind, makes sense. Dude was buffing his resistance stats for real. She thought spamming raw power was the meta. But watching by, it's all about control. Damn. Shein realizes nature magic is super wild and messy. Kinda hard to put on a leash? Gotta master the chaos to unlock god tier moves. She stares as Bai remixes the ice. Made eating, sharp shards at the trapped mobs. Chien's eyes light up. She finally gets the vibe. Bai chills. The monster squad is frozen and wrecked. Proof that his skills are absolutely cracked. Chien stunned. He maxed out his kit already. Seeing Bai own it, Chien drops. Her head fist clenched. Mood gets kinda dark. She thinks, man, he leveled up way past us. But then, the despair turns into a blushy smile. Okay, she admits it. He's actually pretty sick. Suddenly, the floor shakes. Big stomps incoming. Cave depths spit out the final boss. Spirit Jade. Lord, huge D-class mammoth, red eyes, scary vibes. Stat window says it's nerfed, cause it's sealed. Normal students would be wetting their pants, but Bai's glowing eyes say bring it. Finally showed up, he thinks. Totally, called it. Mammoth roars and yeets over the frozen losers. Bai answers with green swirls, swapping back to nuclear warrior. Inner voice. That beast has the loot I need. Feet planted, ready to tank the big boy's charge. Bai goes full tryhard mode, launching sky high to smack the mammoth's forehead. Boom, critical hit, splatters red. Dude jams his neon dagger straight into its thick skin. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Sticks the landing like a pro, while the beast stumbles back, leaking HP, looking totally fierce with messy face paint. He thinks this level 15 tank is softer than that level 10 monkey boss. Screaming in rage, the mammoth loses it and rushes Bai with zero chill. Stomping so hard the floor literally cracks. Bai doesn't blink. He's blitzes spamming crits on weak spots. Can't handle the heat. The mammoth starts tripping, giant body going down. Smelling the wind, Bai unlocks a new buff. His eye flashes gold and suddenly he's wrapped in a spicy fire aura. Dagger raised. He charges up the finisher. Title 1 against 100. On, he drops his ult sanctuary. A huge gold wave blasts out, nuking the mammoth and every mob in the room. The giant, woolly guy just screams as the OP energy wrecks him. It's so broken, it doesn't just wipe the boss. It deletes all the frozen trash mobs instantly. One-shot city. System logs go crazy, spamming kills D-class lions, leopards, and sword beasts. Hundreds of XP per pop. The big notification says the level 15 mammoth is toast, plus 1000 XP. He also snags epic loot, fire bones, and a jade tooth for crafting. Chilling in the empty dungeon, Bai juggles some gold energy. His stats pop up, showing a major XP boosts in flower, cloud, nuclear, and stellar bars. Mission done. He casually eats the energy and spins to bounce. Walking off, he spots a weird drop where the boss died. A pink yin-yang stone thingy. System says it's the responsive jade stone. Special pair item. Looking at the shiny, Bai thinks. Finally, got it. This was the real reason he raided this place. GG Bai gets drowning in rewards. Notifications hype up his power level. Nuclear Warrior is D-Class level 13. Cloud Mage hit level 11. Checking stats and holding the magic stone. He grins cause his mage build leveled up to his 1 against 100 title upgraded to one-man army. Solo mode now buffs stats by 20% plus 10% lifesteal. Meanwhile, Chi-Yin creeps through the monster graveyard, mind totally blown by the insane power trip she just saw. Bai rolls up. Yo, he gets serious. Hey, Zibit about what you saw? Promise. She blinks, confused. Say what? Ding, level up. She's hit E-Class level 7 as a flower mage. Sweet. Back at school, that huge energy spike freaked the staff out big time. Teachers are sprinting down halls like it's a fire drill. Never seen a surge this huge. One yells, they bump into Zeeling, just chilling outside. Teach grabs him, why aren't you guarding the noobs? Before he can explain, Teach screams. Seals, busted. No time to chat. They shove past him to fix the mess. Alone, Xiling drops the act and grins like a creep. Laughs to himself. Karma came early. Teachers crash into the dungeon, screaming for Bai and Chi-Yin like maniacs. They freeze. Kids are fine. Teach stotters. Totally lost. Bai's chill sup. Why the panic? Teach eyes the seal. Totally unbroken. Did the scanner glitch? He wonders. Kids are safe. Cut 2. Friday. May 20. School's out. Xiling is scheming. With the ultimate team's green-haired vice cap, smirking. He asks if his gift secured that final team spot. Vice Cap just smiles though. Sorry brah, Captain picked someone else. Xiling flips out. Ooh. He grabs the guy. That spot is for the MVP. Ain't I strong enough? Rich enough? We found our MVP, a girl says. From the doorway, enter Captain Ling Yue, looking smug. Gold Lightning Assassin. Level? Unknown. That Bai kid? She muses. He's interesting. Caught my eye. So he's in Friday night, noodle stand vibes. Inspector Chun sits with Bai's dad. Chun puffs. Smoke. Don't cause trouble. Pulled strings to spring you early. Dad slurps noodles. Got it? But glares daggers once the cop looks away. Chun leans in close, spilling the tea to Ling. Dean Hungang hits town next Friday. You get the vibe? Ling's just like, chill, dude. Then Chun's phone blows up. Big boss calling. Salty, Chun dips. Back to the grind. You skididdle to peeping the cop leave. Bing agrees he's definitely heading home. Chowing down, he goes demon mode, eyes red with rage, thinking of that place. A spoiler pop-up hints at a boss battle is dropping way sooner than expected. Lore dump. Legend of the Responsive. Jade Stone. Mammoth Master crushed on a girl, crafted a teleport rock for her. But the guy caught feelings for another and dumped. The back at his crummy old pad, it's empty. Dude loses it, yelling and raging about where his wife and kid vanished to. He throws a fit and punts a stool, screaming trash and mad. They actually have the guts to ghost him. He goes full psycho, swearing he'll unalive them both if he catches him. Smash! He punches a mirror to prove he's not playing around. Safe at the new crib, Bai hands Mom that magic jade rock he looted from the dungeon. He hands over a gem on a chain, telling her to never take it off, ever. Grinning, he flashes the matching rock he kept, then he drops the lore on how it works. If trouble starts, smash the rock. He'll sense the vibes and teleport there ASAP to save her. Grabbing her hands, he admits he'd totally freak out leaving her solo without this backup plan. Mom holds the bling, and Bai feels bad. She never got fancy stuff or the nice life she deserved. His mom, worrying about him, says he shouldn't waste his whole weekend babysitting her. She tells him to go touch grass and hang with the homies. Bai grins, like, nah, I'm good, don't sweat it. She still isn't buying it. She's nagging, claiming I absolutely need a squad and besties to survive. That shuts me up. I ghost the convo, wondering if friends actually matter. My brain glitches back to the old days, picturing the OG. My dream team? Ling, Yui, Han, Zhaoling, and Lucian. Total legends. Major feels hit me. Will I ever see those guys in this reboot? Late night, 11:50 at p.m. Bai is chilling outside a wild class demon cave. Mom's got that magic rock now, so I can finally quit stressing. It's a secret grinding spot I remember from my past life. Only opens for 1 hour. Midnight to 1. Gotta rush. Tight schedule. But since Mom is safe, it is officially me. Dagger out. I strut into the spooky portal like a boss. Stepping in triggers a massive flashback to his past life server. Back when he was totally OP and ranked high enough to crush these scrub-tier flowers, he still couldn't clutch the win for his squad. The replay of his guildmates getting white plays in his head. Mom said, make friends. But after that backstabbing, he's like hard pass. turning that salty rage into pure combat fuel. He eats himself at one of those ugly salad monsters. A few quick slices, and it's basically chopped salad. Ding, kill confirmed, 260 XP, and 3 petals bagged. Snatching the loot, he decides solo leveling is the only way to go, since friends just equal drama and game overs. Bai realizes his old grind was a total waste of time. Even maxed out, if the devs wanted a team wipe, they were toast. He vents by speed blitzing a big boy, cracking the floor, throwback to win. Despite the stats, they got 0 loot and no respawn point. Rage quit. Nah, rage crit. Straight to the monster's face. Sticks the landing. XP barding. Grind mindset confirmed. Time to get absolutely overpowered. He engages speed hacks, dodging a mess of demon noodles. Getting chewed on, but he's too focused on being number 1 to care. Hurts like heck, but his game face is locked in. He spams the attack button, spinning like a blender of doom. With a kill feat blowing up, he looks rough, holding a tentacle in his teeth like a snack, looting toxins like candy. Then he remembers, he's actually kinda squishy right now. Can't even 1v1 his dad? Bing. Yet, embarrassing. And the endgame bosses are way worse. Like that sweaty traitor noob, wipes mouth, get serious. No cheat codes or paid, gotta clear every mob, no skipping levels. Hyped up, he faces the infinite spawn wave, ready to wreck house. Bay stares down the creep wave, charging his ult, pops Sanctuary, and swings his blade hard. Boom. Golden shockwave goes everywhere. From his blade, roasting the mobs while they instant wipe, chat log fills with Keel confirms an XP farming from those plants. Bai sticks the landing, looking epic. In Goldfire, totally out of breath. Checks the time. Only 20 minutes till server shutdown. Scans the room and spots the boss. Speedrun mode. On boss fight starts now. May 12:39 a.m. Bayou faces the dungeon boss. Giant tree dude with a green glow, weapon out. He tells the mob, your turn to get wrecked. But, whoa, the boss goes off script. It yeets itself away. Fassy, the level 20 Lord Yaya Warren, pops back and attacks. Bai dodges. Resetting, fast Bai swings hard. Whack, slices an arm clean off. But the win is super short. Boss stays chill. Charges green mojo in its hand. Self-heal active. Bai gawks as the arm grows back instantly. That healing factor is totally cracked. Before he can blink, Yaya smashes the ground. Spiky vines burst out. Even with the healing in vines, Bai keeps his cool. Poker face on, but his vibe breaks when the dead mob C-beats start respawning. Zombie mode. He stares as the undead horde charges. How are they not dead? A D-class lord shouldn't have res powers. This glitch freaks him out. Distracted by the mobs, a shadow whip snaps from his blind spot. Eyes go wide as the sneaky hit. Nails him, spears aside. Blood everywhere. He stumbles back, stuck on the dark spike. Out, struggling. He spots the truth. A second boss just spawned. System ping. New mob is cheap. We're in Yorin's twin. Another level 20. Lord. Bai grimaces. 2 bosses. Talk about unfair. Twin lords. Green guy. Healed up. Purple guy. The sneaker. Facing this impossible raid. Hurt and trapped. Bai locks in. Eyes glowing with grit. Stuck in the dungeon. His timer hits 0. At 12:59 a.m., the portal gets shaky. Then at 1 a.m., the cave slams shut. He's locked in. Later, May 6 p.m., huge storm raging. At the new pad Bai's mom paces, staring out the window. She's stressing. No sign of him, no text backs. Scared he's in trouble, she decides to go look. She heads out into the storm, but a creeper is waiting. A voice sneers about how great they're doing. It's Ling Shen. He drops booze bottles on the road. Soaked and mad, he rants. You rented a place without me. Lightning pops. He glares up at the roasting the building, joking about the lovely spot. Guy looked absolutely triggered, eyes glowing like full-on rage mode. Meanwhile, Bai's mom clears the security gate and steps out. She freezes. Total bad vibes hit. As she grabs her glowing jade, eyes pop wide. She realizes she's in serious trouble. Back in the demon cave, Bai's wiped, but still throwing hands. Gasping, he grips his blade. Wave 5, you kidding me? No matter how much he slashes, they just keep Another zombie flower attacks, so he slices right through it. But notifications show just 1 XP per kill. What a scam. He instantly clocks that farming these mobs is useless. 0 loot, 0 XP gains. He knows he's got to smash the source of this infinite regen hack. He glares at the 2 glowing bosses, Yurin and Chi Warren. Found the culprits. That crazy regen energy is coming straight from the bosses. New plan by E. Totally ignores the zombie horde. He blurs past the small fry, rushing T Warren to end this. Bai locks in on his target with serious focus. He stabs deep into Chi Warren, cracking the mob like glass. But nope, The attack was basically useless. He watches the wounds zip shut in a flash of green light. Then it hits him. The other twin, Ye Warren, is spamming heals on his bro. Bai remembers that guy healed even after losing his head. That heal is broken, better than even an S-rank healer. Makes him wonder where their power comes from. Are they drawing from a hidden battery? Suddenly, a boss teleports right next to him to strike. Bai pulls a perfect parry, taking 0 damage. He immediately claps back with a massive upward slash, but then he spots something weird. The boss is literally learning and copying his moves. After the hit, Bai stares down Ye Warren. Shockingly, the mob talks, calling Bai super strong. The other twin pops up. Both get ready for round 2. But Bai smirks. He just noticed something crucial. He looks past the bosses. Found it, he thinks. A cocky grin spreads on his face as his weapon glows. In a plant dungeon, those big trees are the batteries. Ignoring the boss, he dashes for a huge glowing tree. He blurs past a confused boss, hacking off its arm. He gets it. Now the trees are fueling that crazy healing. Boss stares at his stump. It's not healing. He screams, Bai's new strats locked. Gotta cut the boss's link by chopping those magic trees. He drops a mega slash, slicing right through a huge trunk. Bai knows. No juice means he can finally delete them. Game plan set? Bai zips right past the twin lords, Ye and Chi, gunning for those battery pack trees. Before they can block, a poop-opting saying that Bai swapped to his Cloud Mage build. Staff up, he blasts an ice wave, freezing both D-class noobs solid instantly. With the duo iced, Bai lands and swaps back to nuclear warrior mode. His hunch was spot on. Bosses and power out. Minions can't heal or respawn. Just like that, the undead flowers crumble for good. Twins, nerfed. Smashes the ice, shattering Ye Warren to bits. System pings. He deleted the level 20. D-class lord, bagged 2,500 XP. White spirit grass. Heals half stamina and wounds fast. One down, but Ye Warren busts out of the ice trap. Hurt but hype. Bai stands tall. Green aura glowing. Dagger out. He tells the final boss, it's game over. The giant looks down, totally bummed out. Flaming T-Warren begs Bai to just end it. Weird flex. Bai's shook. Never seen a boss act like this. Figures it doesn't want to be solo without its bro. Respecting the wish, Bai agrees to do the deed. He zooms in and slices the D-class lord in half with one hit. As the mob dies, a ping confirms he wrecked the level 20 lord. See? Warren, plus 2,500 XP. Also snagged a poison thorn. Need that for an S-class flower weapon craft? Gripping the purple loot, Bai sighs. Finally, grind paid off. One last pope, says Nuclear Warrior hit D-class, level 15. After the win, his Cloud Mage build also dinged D-class, level 30. With the last boss, toast, the red dungeon exit opens up. Time to dip. But wait, a screen pops up. Flower element bar is totally maxed. Q, new awakening. Bai's like, what? Flower stats capped. He's wrapped in glowing green energy and petals. What class is dropping now? Last time he got a sick red class. He grins, ready for the hype. A new alert flash, showing his new gig. Level 1, E-class flower summoner. Hype crashes. Just a blue job. Way lower tier than he wanted. SCC later. He chills. Summoners have low recs, so he's hyped to see the skills. The stats window pops up with the T. Active skill. Flower contract. Beating plant monsters lets him enslave their souls. Passive. Flower field. Lets him spot fresh plant ghosts. Bais, stoked as he scans the info, especially the soul slave part. Light bulb. Can he recruit those 2 boss baddies he just wrecked? With his flower? Passive on, he spots the blue ghosts of the twin lords floating there. With a serious face, Bai goes for it. Ping, skill activation, confirmed. He reaches out, smirking, and orders them over like pets. Blue energy swirls, and the twin souls zoom to him, morphing into beefy minions. Cut to a rainy Saturday at 6 p.m. Bing Shin, soaked and armed, creeps outside, raging. Right as he's about to strike, his phone buzzes. Annoyed, he answers. Whoa, Inspector Chun? Cop offers a sweet deal. Dinner invite. From Dean Hong Liang, his ticket back in. Hyped, Ling swears he won't mess this up. Hanging up with a creepy grin, he decides, today rocks. Revenge on hold, he heads to see the wife, still looking scary as heck. Meanwhile, Bai's mom is out in the rain looking for him. She grips that magic jade stone. Round her neck, freaking out. Then, a voice, it's Bai with an umbrella, asking why she's down here. Shocked, then super relieved he's okay. He grins and says, let's bounce. Later, mom checks out the bling he gifted her, thinking about how her silly kid said he went out just for this. She looks sad but wise as she thinks I'm mute, not blind to the danger. In his room, Bai flops on the bed, thinking. He mulls over his 3 job classes: Green Nuke Warrior, Blue Flower Summoner, and Epic Red Cloud Mage. Stats screen pops up, showing Mage and Warrior are D class, but Summoner is stuck at E. Even so, he knows he needs more juice. Thinking of Dad and Lingsheng, Dad's been in the box 10 days. Only 5 left on his timer. But knowing his crazy temper, he might bail early. Gotta be ready for that mess. Sunday morning, and I am totally zoned in. No backing down. Glowing red, I realize hiding is for losers. Time to fight. Gotta deal with Dad's drama first before I can truly level up. Fueled by panic goes full beast mode all day. Ding. Cleared 4 caves. Back 3 E's, 1 D easy. Sunday afternoon, facing another D-class dungeon, but the difficulty is a question mark. Yikes. Can't nap now. Need C-class rank ASAP, so I dive right in. Sunday night, I walk out a winner. Boom. Still glowing red when the mission complete text pops up. Leveled up. Next time I see Dad, I'm the one in charge. Suddenly, I feel a weird vibe and look around, confused. New alert. I unlocked a fancy title, Lone Brave, for Siloan 10 Hardcore Caves. Sounds cool. Got a brave mark and a hint about some brave tower later. I just stare at the screen, like, what does this mean? Monday morning, June 1st, at the Awakened Academy. T-Chang has hype news for the class. Combat sim scores are finally out. Drama time. She hypes up the students. Bei and Chi-Yin, we crushed everyone. Top 2 scores. Apparently, I broke the school record. High score king, Chi-Yin, is blushing. Hard. Why too cool for school? Since we are awesome, Teach says we made the elite camp. Then she drops the real bomb. Thanks to my score, we get to hang out with literal gods. I stay chill, but the class goes absolutely bananas. Some kid yells, no way. Meeting them is impossible. Meeting deities was a rare flex, even top priests barely got to experience. But Bei, he saw this as a total lucky break dropping in his lap. Huge bonus a chance to confront the traitor squad way ahead of schedule. His middle school bestie went full emo mode and latched on to his arm. And sobbed, begging Bei not to ghost the little people once he got famous. Specs just smirked, proud like, I always knew you had main character energy. Meanwhile, in the dean's office, Hong was having a serious chat with his nephew, Hong Chen. He asked why the kid was skipping camp. Dude, chilling with Dad is rare loot. Hong Chen clenched his fist, fighting some serious inner demons. No way, he said. I got 3rd place. Bronze tier doesn't earn a VIP pass. He was totally over, everyone thinking he just rode his dad's coattails. He wanted to prove he was the real deal. So, Uncle Hong dug the grit. You got spine, kid, Dad's gonna see you leveled up. Taking his shot, dropped a bomb. Let me grind XP in the sealed demon cave out back. The dean frowned, totally shook by how gnarly and risky that sounded. Eyes blazing, Hong Chun insisted he had to get buff on his own terms. Cut to the principal's office. Zeeling is begging his uncle like a total simp. I literally have to go on this training trip, he whined. I'm the heir. It's my destiny or whatever. Uncle Kui stayed chill but savage, roasting Zeeling for being such a rash idiot. His face went dark. Why? You buff a monster to gank your own classmates? Busted in. Lie. Zeeling stuttered like a noob. Bam. Principal hit the desk. The bosses aren't dumb. They saw through your trash plan in 4K. Only reason you aren't kicked out right now. Me? I saved your butt. His aura was so toxic. Zeeling started shaking in his boots. Zeeling dropped to his knees, crying, my bad, I messed up big time. Eyes glowing like a boss fight. Principal barked at the scaredy cat to get back on his feet. As he stumbled up, the principal circled the desk with one last info bomb. Your dumb stunt triggered a glitch you didn't see coming. You put Bai on the radar. Now the big shots are watching him. The Pyre players think he's acting pretty sus right now. Kui kept spilling the tea to his nephew about the mess. Bai leveled up way too fast. The admins think he might be cheating. So get this. The gods want to meet him face to face. Wild right. After dropping that lore, he finally gave the kid the green light. Go on the trip, but fix your attitude and keep it on the down low. Then came the final warning. To Zeeling, screw up again, and I can't save you. You're on your own. Zeeling lit up, grinning like a maniac. Dia, I'm totally in. But leaving the office, his face goes full villain mode. Fist clenched, he thinks Bai better watch out. Payback is coming on the trip, just wait for it. Then he creeps on Ling Yui in his head, swearing he'll snatch her up eventually. Gross. Monday afternoon, right before the bell, the class is absolutely losing it. Hype levels maxed. Bai's pal holds a shiny gold letter, screaming because it's an invite from the top-tier school squad. No way. It's an invite for Bai. The whole class is shook, like jaw-dropping shook. Everyone says this team is basically a cheat code to get into the legendary guild. Someone adds it was started by the only golden assassin the school's seen in ages. Kids are awestruck since people usually kill themselves just for a shot at joining. Dude got a VIP invite. Like, varsity, recruiting a middle school squirt. Never happens. His bud's sobbing buckets again, totally fanboying over how awesome Bai is. Bai just strolls through the drama, swipes the gold ticket from Mr. Weepy. Then Jaw-Drappy walks to the bin and just dunks that precious invite. Trap! The room goes nuts, everyone screaming. Like, bro, are you insane? That's the golden ticket. Bai's chill. I'm out, he says. Then just bounces from class. Specs and the crew are left totally frozen. Dead silence. Later, his pals squatting by the bin, ogling the trash and mourning the loss. But Specs rolls up, all wise, goes, dude, you still don't get Bai. Cool as ice. Specs says, new Bai isn't a follower. He doesn't join teams. He leads them. Bai ditches class for the creepy back mountain behind school. He figures since he's got the pass for Class D, nobody's gonna be at the demon cave tonight. Prime grinding spot. Surprise, Honkion is already lurking there, glowing all red and hype. Bai is just like, let's roll. Bai starts to say, yo, Class D might wreck you. Hong snaps, shut it, no lecture. I ain't dead weight. Bai remembers the pact, promised to teach Hong how to fight and level up fast. The trade, Hong gets him into the school. Demon caves. Shocked, the guy actually unlocked every Class D dungeon. Inside, skill gap is huge. Like, painful? Bai's playing Fruit Ninja with a dragon beast, while Hong gets face-planted by a mob, swearing up a storm. Standing on a dead green creep, Bai smirks at the struggler. Need a hand? Hong's ego blows up. Get lost, I got this, he screams. So the Class D torture grind continues. Hong, full of grit, yeets himself at the monsters. Bai checks his stats, thinking about that Lone Brave title and the Mystery Tower unlocked till Class C, though bummer. He's already wiped all the secret caves he knew from his past life. So school dungeons are the only XP farm left. Days blur into a fight montage. Tuesday, those fancy team invites are rotting in the bin. Bai doesn't care. Leveling in Class D is a slog. XP bar barely moves. Wednesday, still grinding. Hong gets jumped again. Bai sighs, steps in, and punts the beast backward. Hong is salty and yells at Bai, bringing up the don't help rule. Bai's like, dude, you would have died without me? Even with the drama, Bai is chill, noting the XP they grinded should be enough for his master plan. Thursday rolls around, and the grind pays off. Honkshin pops out of the demon cave, hyping himself up. He screams, he finally hit D. Lonesome saying, way cooler than my family's bodyguards carrying me. Then Bai walks out, totally chill. Ping, system notification drops the news. His nuclear warrior build just leveled up to C. Looking fierce, Bai knows he's ready to wreck the next boss. A creepy vision of his dad, Bing Shin, looms behind him. Bai thinks, yeah, I'm strong enough to handle him now. Boom, the status screen pops up, new rank stats, and a sweet skill. Unlocked. Back at the crib that night, Mom hits him with a teasing smirk. You late 'cause you were out with some cute girl? Bai turns beet red. No way, I'm just a middle schooler. She smiles warmly. Relax. Totally normal to have a crush at your age. Her advice, be bold and chase the people who actually matter. Don't wait, she warns, or you'll end up full of regrets. That hits hard. Bai's eyes widened as the truth of her words sinks in. He goes quiet, thinking of that one special girl. Mom's advice drags his mind back to his past life and his true love. He remembers his teammate, Ling Yua. She's teasing him, begging for a hug, calling him captain. In the memory, he coldly shoves her away. She gets super annoyed. Flash forward to a battlefield. Monster guts everywhere. Ling Yu is on the ground, tired but cheering. We won again. Past life Bai, looking totally wrecked, just says, time to move out. Still wiped, Ling Yua gives him puppy eyes. Carry me. Flustered, he refuses. Ask someone else. She pouts, calling him mean. But that happy vibe gets crushed by the nightmare of betrayal. It turns dark. He sees Ling Yue dying, covered in nasty wounds. The look of his own face, ugly grind 'cause he was so weak, is seared in his brain. Snapped back to now, Bai cringes at the memory. He only met Ling Yue last life after his boss saved him from doom. It went down in the capital. No clue where she is now, so a reunion's looking pretty hopeless. Just gotta accept that in round 2. Memories are all he gets. Even if they linked, the vibe would be totally weird. Meanwhile, the vice cap reports to his boss that Bai is ghosting them, so he's likely not keen. Cut to the captain, chilling in her room, clutching the golden vite. Bai, totally trashed. She totally digs his bored vibe, makes him way more interesting to her. Smirking like a boss, her stats pop up. Ling Yue, assassin captain, total MVP. She makes the call. She's crashing his day tomorrow to hand deliver that invite personally. Friday hits. Birthday time? Bai stares down a mystery box on the table. Mom beams from across the room. Happy birthday, sweetie. Bai blinks, kinda thrown off. Look at the box before ripping it open. A scarf. Seriously? Mom, it's basically summer. Is she trying to roast him alive? Then he spots the mushy note. Be happy always. Live your best life, kiddo. Wait, it clicks. His eyes go wide. You know I'm bouncing to the Shanghai Nation soon? He asks. She gives that knowing mom smile. It freezes at night there. Gotta bundle up, okay? And don't stress about me. I'm good. Bai chokes up. She knew the whole time and just had his back. Then his mom slides him cash, grinning. Go treat the squad. Big day, right? Bai sighs with a weak grin. Mom, come on. I'm a loner, no friends. Remember? At school, his two middle school buddies suddenly roll up on him. First guy shoves a loud, flashy, blue mage toy in his face. My fave? Sick, right? He's hyped. Baya looks dead inside. Thanks, dude. Dry as dust. Specs steps up. Lame? Watch and learn, loser. He drops a boring look. Rectangle on the desk. Sweated bullets finding this. Bai tears the paper and freezes. Whoa. The OG Fatal Magic soundtrack. Instant flashback mode. Back in the day, they binged forbidden flicks together. This was their jam. Specs leans in close, all sneaky like, stash it before teach, confiscates it. Bai slides that treasure under the desk like it's gold. He looks at Specs, actually smiling for real. Thanks, man. Specs grins back. Bros for life. Bro moment over Chi-Yin pops up at his desk. Hey, Bai! She's all sparkles. Happy bidet. She shoves a box at him. The boys in the back practically lose their jaws seeing it. Inside, a massive, blinged out system says. Rare, a classed weapon. Jackpot. Even Bai is shook. This is way too fancy. He slides it back. Nah, can't take this. Worth a fortune. Chi-Yin pushes it back, grinning. Take it, would've totally failed that trip without you. She shrugs. Besides, it's just spare change to me. Fam's got tons, and she knows it'll save his, but Bai pauses, hand hovering over the loot. Thinking it over, he gets serious. She's totally right. He needs to level up. So why say no? She def saw his trash gear when he went mage mode in the sim. So she hooked him up with this sweet fix. She's super chill. With his 3 gifts, Bai's and his feels. Shocked, they remembered his B-Day, let alone got cool stuff. He starts to rethink his plan to bounce without making friends. Behind him, his buds whisper about him and Chi-Yin getting tight. One guy wonders if Bai is even into girls. Their chat stops when Chi-Yin pops up, asking, what's up, making them both jump out of their skins? Distracted Baya thinks about how he wasn't gonna get attached. But they're so cool, he flips the script. He turns to the Cruchin Specs and the other guy for dinner. With a warm and Riasmayod, he says it's his treat and asks if they're down. His squad cheers, totally hyped to go. Chi-Yin claps happily. While it's to middle school, buds go wild, one joking if he can pick the spot. The party cuts short when one OFM spots a crew from the high school division. Baya's face goes serious. What are they doing here? Someone says they're incoming, and Baya watches, guarded. The room starts buzzing with gossip. A kid at the door says the top team captain is here. Everyone's shook to hear. The rumor she's here to personally recruit Bai. One guy hears the cap's a total baddie, though he's never seen her. Hearing this, Bai decides to reject her fate. He gets up and marches out, leaving his homies behind. Peeps watch him leave, betting it's gonna be a total circus. Drama spreads fast. Kids swarm the balconies, like it's free pizza day. Zilling's in the mix, hanging with his crew. He's watching, face, all twisted, teeth grinding. Why is that scrubbe getting the spotlight? Just staring from the rail, salty and frowning hard. Bai ignores the hype, strutting down the hall to face the boss. Boom! Golden lightning blasts the hallway. The shockwave wipes out the crowd kids, screaming, what the heck? But Bai, dude doesn't budge. Actually, he's frozen, stiff eyes, popping out. Lightning zaps Zizzle, near his mug as he eyes the juice. Source, dude looks totally shook, but kinda knows what's up. Hallway turns into a gold lightning mosh pit. Bai is chillin' in the chaos. A huge electric laser beam straight at his noggin. But he stands stone cold, face blank, while the blast knocks everyone else flat. Being the pro veteran, he is. Bai clocks the head-on shot as a total fight. In a blink, he whips out his glowy green sword, prepped for the sneak attack. Right as he guards up, his spidey senses go bonkers. The real nasty stuff is creeping up from the rear. Focusing hard, he spots the incoming hit from his back left. He twirls fast, parrying the super speed slash with his sabers and the few kids still vertical are losing their minds, screaming what the heck. The mystery perp behind the smash is a gal glowing like a gold bulb. Can't see her face, but she's grinning. When the glow dims, Bai peeks out and completely loses his cool poker face. Eyes bugging out, he watches the attacker chill and retract her power. It's Ling Yui, Ultimate School's top dog, gripping a sword, still buzzing. She smirks, clearly vibing with his moves, and props his fast reflexes, saying she knew she picked the right guy. Bei just gulps at her, totally mute and brain frozen. The ghost from his past, who he thought was gone forever, is literally right there. Eyeballing Ling Bai gets major flashbacks to their old days. Remembers her being all perky, begging for squeezes, with a huge grin or joking for a piggyback after a hard fight. Also remembers how he, being an emo rock, would always shove her off, leaving her sulking about him being a jerk. IRL now. Sparky Ling says, since he ghosted her team invites, she came to crash his party. Though other noobs in Bai's squad just stare, jaws on the floor. Specs in his bud whisper, sweating about Bai, rejecting the celeb cap like a fool. Ling straightens up, sticks out a hand for a proper hello, starting to drop her handle. But Bai ghosts the hand, smooth as butter. He yanks her into a solid bear hug. Everyone goes dead quiet. By the door, Chi is ogling like no way. Up top, Xilin's face is morphing into pure rage. Squished in Bai's arms, Ling looks up, swagger gone, shocked and blushing. Bai gazes down with a super soft, real look. He whispers her old nickname in sighs that it's been ages. While Bai cuddles Ling, his two junior buddies are losing it, yelling about the public hug and asking if it's some forbidden, rich-poor romance. Specs sets him straight. Ling ain't an older cougar. She was in their year but skipped to high school cause she leveled up early. In the back, Chi-In stares, looking totally zonked out. Lingua snaps out of it, breaking the hug. Zap. She teleports next to him, poking him with a finger still sparking, smirking like a winner. She goes, so that hug mean, you're in. She starts selling at big budget, best loot. The works says they got cheats to level up faster than boring dungeon grinds. We could be a power duo. Bai listens, dead silent, then looks her in the eye. Nah, not joining the super squad. I'm bouncing from this school soon, so clubs are useless. Rejection served. Then he puts his hand out. Tells her, skipping your team cause I'm starting my own guild. Shakes her hand like a boss, promising, with a grin, when I do, we'll definitely team up. Vibe kill. Vice Captain runs up. Ling Yu, what are you doing? Says some guy named Hong Shu. Beck and the principal wants the team to roll out the red carpet. Leaving, she tells Bai, catch you on the training trip. Looks back over her shoulder, we'll talk for real then pauses. Wait, why'd you act like we're old pals? Bai stays mute, just standing there looking mysterious as she dips. From the back, Xiling sees it all, face twisted like he sucked a lemon. As she walks off, the crowd goes wild with gossip. Did he just dump the captain and invite her to his imaginary guild? Bro's broke, and underage? How's he making a guild? Some say he's capping, but others remember he aced the exams. One kid points out, hey, she didn't say no though. Bai watches her go, thinking about the madness. Never thought their reunion would go down like that. Recalls the old cruise rule. Don't ask, don't tell about the past. So he had zero clue. She went to his middle school. What? Dude almost whiffed his shot to see her in this reset. A real, unfake grin hits his face. Best B-Day, surprise ever. He thinks so. Later, Bai keeps it real and treats his squatchy in, Specs, and the crew to barbecue. Michu Specs, roasts. The buddy who picked the spot. Bro Bai wanted meat, I just found it, he pleads. Then the vibe gets super heavy. Flipping burgers, Specs asks, UFR about the guild. Chien jumps in, stressing over his ditchy school talk. What about high school? She nags. Bai sips his drink like a boss. Yup, no lie. He drops a bomb post-trip. He's ghosting everyone to live in Shanghai. The squad is absolutely shook by the news. They scream, bro, you quitting school to start a guild. Bai is like, chill, I ain't dropping out, just transferring. Then, it clicks. He's gunning for the epic Divine Guild Academy in Shanghai. Meanwhile, over at the bougie hotel, a white whip rolls up to where the suits are waiting. Inspector Li Yang is there, bowing deep like a butler at the door. Out steps a scary blonde dude with a gnarly scar and a cigar. Meet Hong Bang, the big boss of the Divine Guild. He barks move and struts inside, his crew trailing close. Inside the hotel's swanky ballroom, the crowd goes dead silent as Bing enters with his boys. Inspector Lai watches, looking super stressed out. Then he spots something totally wild. B's dad is there, acting all smug and chilling with Chun. Liang is totally lost. Like, what is even happening? Didn't this guy have a 15-day sentence? How's he free? Chun slides over to Liang with a sneaky little grin. Paid double bail, Cap said. Cool, just chill, fam. Liang is furious. They're ignoring the rules like that. Gritting his teeth, he gets right in. Chun's face. Why bring a criminal to dinner with the big boss? Leaning in close, Chun just reminds him Ling got booted from the guild ages ago. says Ling sees this as his golden ticket back into their good side. Looking super smug, Ling flashes a bag of rare magic crystals from a demon cave. Chun wraps up. Since Ling bet the farm to get back in, helping him out was basically a no-brainer, but the plan flops instantly. Hongbing slaps the bag hard, shattering crystals everywhere. He screams, "Who let this clown in here?" Terrified, Ling just stutters as the boss towers over him. Raging, Hongbing yells that the Divine Guild booked this place. Why is some outside dog here? His rage is so intense that both Chun and Liang turn pale, totally shook. Prehiliated, Ling drops, scrambling for his junk and begging. But Hongbing lunges and violently grabs him by the collar. With creepy, glowing eyes, the boss gets in his face. "You got the nerve to bribe me? Who are you?" Then comes the final burn, shoving Ling away. "Take your trash and get lost." Hongbing barks one last savage order. "That loser is permabanned from my guild." Flopped on broken bling, Ling looks totally salty, fist dripping red. He mumbles some bad words. He punches the floor, crushing crystals, eyes glow creepy red. Lost in his huge L, he screams, "I'll wreck you all for mocking me." Covered in dark, bad vibes, Ling stomps off. He's raging. Why does literally everything suck? Needs to vent. So he picks an easy target. Sees his wifey with groceries in his head. Target locked. He waits. By their flat, glowing red, swearing to end them. Mom's eyes go wide. Oh, she senses the bad juju incoming. Outside, Ling's eyes flare. Seeing his wife exit, she drops the bags. Terrified by his creepy red glow. Voice, icy cold, he tells her. Good luck. Back at BBQ, the party dies when uniformed dudes arrive. A zoom on their gold pins shows the Divine Guild logo. Bai sips his drink. Divine Guild squad. He notes. Chi-In geeks out. If you make it into the academy, these guys are your work buddies. Wait, she grins. You might be their boss? Friend gets him. Didn't think this was a goodbye dinner? Chi-In snaps back. Who said goodbye? She swears she grind hard too, just to get in the academy and join him. Watching them pass, Bai gets a weird gut feeling. Things are going too well today. Specs reads the room and hypes. Party up. It's BDA time. Worry later. Friend nods. Yeah, let's just vibe. Back in the now, Bai can't shake the bad feeling in his gut. His crew, though, they're ready to party. A buddy raises a toast to Bai, and the four of them smash cups, screaming, "Happy birthday." Mid-toast, the camera zooms in on Bai's glowing jade pendant. Meanwhile, Mom is shaking in terror, gripping her matching charm. She stares up in horror at Bing, her husband, glowing with red rage. She hits the floor as he taunts her. "You've been living so comfy you forgot where you belong." She scrambles back, but he keeps spitting venom, asking which guy is paying for her new life. Dude's eyes are glowing, straight up psycho mode. Smirking like a creep, he cracks his knuckles and drops a toxic threat about putting her in her place. Bing goes full rage monster, ready to smack his terrified wife. But wait, he spots something on her wrist and gets super sus about it. It's a fancy bracelet shining with weird green vibes. While she shakes, his brain cooks up a totally messed up theory. Laughing like a villain, he bets she snagged it from some sugar daddy, which explains their fancy crib. Ling snaps, punching his wife while she huddles on the floor. Right before impact, the bracelet explodes green, making a shield. Two massive monster dudes pop out of the light. Lingong is shook when a giant armored hand grabs his fist, totally blocking the hit. He's just staring, brain buffering, wondering what just went down. Now to beastly summons. Ya Warren and Chi Warren are guarding Bai's mom. The bodyguards tell Mom to chill, cause they've got her back till the bitter end. Right then, Bai's mom catches a flashback. She recalls Bai gifting the bracelet for Mother's Day. He made her promise to wear it 24/7 whenever he was gone. Zero hesitation, Chi Warren leaps out, eyes glowing, charging Bing Sheng. Ling Shang scrambles to dodge the purple energy. Smash! He's suddenly on the ropes, fighting Chi-Wan and Yorin at once. Even with his fighting skills, he's totally out. Chi-Wan lands a massive hit, smacking him with insane power. He slides back, leaking blood from a nasty side wound. But instead of acting hurt or scared, a creepy bloody grin spreads across Ling's face. With red lightning crackling, he says this brawl is perfect for venting. His eyes light up. He powers up, grinning like a maniac ready to throw down. Bai's chillin' at a B-Day dinner when the vibe suddenly dies. He glances down at the magic jade stone. He's rocking. He gets super serious, lit up, meaning his mom's in trouble. Silent, he jumps up and tells his confused squad he's gotta bounce. He dashes out, swearing he'll be back, leaving his friend shook. Outside, Bai immediately dials Hong Qian Shen for that intel he asked for. Hong answers, confirming Bai's worst nightmare. His dad, Bing, got out of jail early. Hong says his dad crashed a party but got roasted and booted. Basically, after getting kicked out, Ling ghosted off the radar. Hearing this, he calls his mom no answer. She's definitely unsafe. Bai stands in the alley, piecing the drama together. Bai realizes with dread the hotel his dad got booted from is way too close to mom's new apartment. If that psycho finds her like this, she is absolutely done for. Panic mode engaged. He grips his bike, handles tight. He hops on and tears off into the dark, eyes blazing as he pedals for his life to save her. Racing home, Baya is freaking out. He remembers leaving his summon brothers to guard mom, but the scene at the apartment is a total disaster. His dad stands over a beaten summon, mocking how weak it was. Baya's worst fears are real. His scrub-tier minions can't stop his dad for long. Waya Warren steps up as the final tank, shielding Bays. Mom and telling her to hide as Ling Shang creeps up. Ling smirks, eyes glowing, swatting attacks like flies. Desperate, wounded Chawan grabs Ling's leg to stall him. Totally annoyed, Ling looks down, calling the thing a pest. Snappy grabs the summon and deletes it. Then he goes full psycho on the body, rage quitting hard. Mom watches, horrified and covered in the splash zone. One tank down. Ling turns his icy death stare to his wife. Bloody knife out, he says she's next on the list. He slow walks over, but the last summon blocks the path. Yurin stands there, looking super determined. Being a total loyalist, it tells mom to run for it. Beast mode. It jumps by Ling, rapping. Him and Vin's yelling, don't look back. Total sacrifice. Play. Freaking out. Mom turns and bolts. But the grab is useless. Ling Shin, sparking, red lightning, busts out he grabs the beast and rips it apart. Brutal. Mom's sprinting, but spots hubby standing over her bodyguards. Corpse. Yikes. He's all, bro, you really thought you could ghost me? Bam. Red glitch effect. And he's blocking her path. She's shaken. He's got those creepy, I'm enjoying this eyes. He starts roasting her. Like, nowhere to run, babe. She's totally frozen in fear. Bing goes full rage mode and snatches her magic necklace. Gripping the bling, he sneers his eyes. All evil, asking if her other boyfriend bought it for her. Doesn't wake, he crushes her last hope. Dude looks possessed, raising the knife to end it. Just as he brings the blade down, she freezes. Pink glow, she remembers. Herkid said, smash this rock if things get sketchy. She hears his voice, replay, promising that once it breaks, he'll spawn right there. Knife drops, but a bare hand catches the sharp edge. Sick. It's beat. He teleported in a literal light show to block his crazy dad. Mom's shook, eyes popping out, like how. Dad's tripping too, looking salty about the interruption. Baya glares daggers and squeezes. Knife, looking all glowy and stares his dad down. Game over. Old man, this drama triggers some major past life trauma. He remembers crying as a kid, begging them to chill. Cue the nightmare flashback. His dad, Bing, was going totally nuts on his mom with a board. Baya was tied up, forced to watch. Dad screamed about working hard. Total loser energy. Mini Bai couldn't do anything but watch. Seeing his mom hurt got burned into his brain while he screamed stop. He begged, but Dad was on a rampage. Bai just sobbed as his mom got knocked out. The backstory? First weekend of high school. Mom took him to a theme park, but they forgot to text Dad they'd be late. Oop. Dad didn't get the job and took it out on him. Basically, his inner demon just snapped. Mom tried to shield him last time, but Dad literally ended her right there. Seeing this nightmare, young B clenched his jaw. Trauma unlocked massive power. That trauma caused a level, glitching his scrub green tier class into a legendary platinum build. The flashback of his past life hits its absolute worst part. Fueled by grief and scary new powers, young Bei rushed his dad, totally losing it. He snapped those restraints like twigs, grabbed his chains, and wrapped them tight around Pop's neck. Going fully berserk, he choked the life right out of him. But revenge felt empty. Dad was toast, but Mom was still gone. The memory fades on a heartbreaking scene. Sobbing kid hugging his dad's corpse next to his slain mom. Snapping back to now BIE's totally locked in. Grabbing the knife meant for mom, he vows. No more being late. Flexing hard, he crushes his dad's knife with just one hand. Weapon busted, Bai tosses the jagged scraps aside. Shielding mom while staring down his shocked, disarmed dad. Bing Shang sneers, who's this clown? Before spotting Bai, furious, he charges in, yelling at the top of his lungs that it's perfect he can wreck both mom and son together. Bai just chills, summoning his glowing green Hunwu blade. As his dad swings like a maniac, Bai Yi parries effortlessly, bouncing all that force right back. The counter sends Ling Shang flying face-planting the street. Dazed, Ling coughs blood, shook by his kids' insane power. Shock turns to rage. That's my Hunwu blade, he screams, realizing his son's been hiding that OP weapon the whole time. While they face off, Bai's mom, Wachi's, worried. as Yorin and Chiwarin start healing up right behind her. Bai's main goal? Keep mom safe, no matter what. He tells his nameless brothers to get her somewhere safe, fast. Seeing this, Lingang's rage flips to a creepy, twisted grin. He realizes those two beastly tanks are actually his sons. Pointing at Bai Yi, the puzzle pieces click into place. His kids, a rare dual class, nuclear warrior, and flower summoner. He bursts into manic, villainous laughter at the realization. 2 classes this young. You really are my son. He howls. Bai Yi just stands there, totally ignored. Ling's pride snaps back to threat mode, real quick. Talent's not enough, he sneers, stepping closer menacing. Voice cold. He roasts his son for ghosting him and moving out. Bing gets madder, listing off Bai's unforgivable crimes. Looting his safe, sending his own pops to the slammer. He yells that Bai thinks he's a big shot with 2 classes, arrogant enough to disobey his own father. Roaring, he vanishes in red lightning super fast, surprise attack. From the sidelines, mom screams for him to watch out. But Bai, he's totally ready for this. Blue sparks fly from his hand as a ping confirms the switch. Cloud Mage equipped, he locks on, instantly spotting his dad's spot as the man pops up for a cheap shot. With one word, Bai unleashes a frost nuke, freezing his dad mid. Ling is a total popsicle now, his face stuck in shock. He twitches clueless about this power or why he can't move. He mumbles, no way. Does he seriously have 2 classes? Bai stands there, chill as ice. Wrong. They face off, but the tables have turned. Ling is the helpless one now. Bai keeps talking, voice dead flat, telling him his skill count is none of his business. Then he drops the mic with one last truth bomb. To him, Pops is total garbage now. Dad's triggered, eyes bulging, fighting the ice trap like crazy. Big mad at the sass. Dad unleashes a bolt of red zap, mocking the ego, reminding him that while he's a noob, Dad's a pro-tier C-class fighter, screaming, I'm the boss. He busts the ice with a huge boom. But Bai, zero, chill, totally bored. Rockin' his nuke class. He blocks Dad's punch with an epic blade swing. No time for Dad to breathe. Bai buffs his sword and lunges, landing a savage stab past Dad's guard. Dad stares at the stab, face saying, no way. Confused how he got hit, mumbling, that's a glitch. Grimacing, he yanks the sword out and drops, holding his gut, asking how Bai is so cracked, swearing a newbie rank can't be this buff. Bai looms, glowing red and scary. He says that, as of now, they're officially strangers. Plus, Mom is totally cutting ties to. With an icy stare, he tells Dad he's a zero. Wrecked body and soul. Dad shakes like a leaf. Then he giggles, turning into a crazy laugh while kneeling. Denying his big loss, Dad screams, asking who grind for the cash to feed them, claiming Bai's his kid forever. Calling him a salty brat, Dad tries one last desperate lunge. Bai dodges easily and boots Dad's face hard. The kick sends Dad rolling on the concrete. Dad tries to rise, but Bai steps up. Dad swings wild, but misses by a mile. Rage and Dodge yells, asking why he's. Bai sees the gap and spams punches, owning him. Wrecked, Dad stumbles back, spitting red. He mumbles, he's a C-tier pro. Disbelief, real. Confused, Bai grabs his hair, asking you deaf. Face all twisted mad. He tells Dad he's trash. Tear now. Bai recalls the trauma, Dad beating Mom while he was tied up. Here. Knows Dad hit them cause he was scared of real fights. He sees Dad as weak, useless, garbage. Remembering the head smashing, snap back. Bai grabs his hair, yelling, he's no man. Snapping, he goes full berserk, and slams his dad's face into the concrete. Behind her summoned guards. Mom watches in terror, whispering his name. Wrecked on the floor, Ling begs him to quit, claiming, I raised you, we're family, like that matters. Hearing the family car just makes Bai see red. His glare turns absolutely frigid. He yanks Dad's collar. Did family matter when you were beating us? Nasty flashbacks flood by his brain, like it's 7. Dad dragging him by the ear, bashing his head into a wall while he cried. He remembers begging, I'm sorry, while Mom screamed for him to stop. Yusa's dad just ripped a chunk of his ear off. He screamed. Bai's rage boils over as he remembers it never ended. Not the ear, not the beatings Mom took since he was born. She hit the ER monthly because Dad would smack her over bad food or just cause he was grumpy. You've used us as your personal punching bags. He screams that they never had one chill day. Furious, he slams Dad's head into the dirt again. Looming over the loser, Bai scoffs that he'd dare talk family now. You don't deserve one. Ling lies there, wrecked on the cracked street, shakily trying to get up. I was wrong. He keeps begging, swearing he'll change. Finally he kowtows, sobbing. I'm really sorry. Bai just stares down, eyes glowing cold, totally unmoved. His eyes flash gold. This is exactly like last time. You realize you can't win, so you cry and beg. A past life memory hits. Dad kneeling by a broken chain. He remembers thinking thought Dad had actually changed for a sec. But nope, fake apology, red glowing rage eyes. Bai remembers when Dad snapped and grabbed a blade, trying to unalive him. Bai says, once you pick up the knife, you don't put it down. Realizing this, he gets hyped. System, alerts start popping. Adrenaline rising. Bai looks up, bloody butt totally defiant. More alerts, flash. Adrenaline surge. Ult skill sanctuary evolving. Wrapped in a crazy golden glow, Bai lifts his blade for the finishing blow. Ding, new skill unlocked. Binary judgment. Bai winds up for the kill, but his mom screams his name like crazy. She tries to grab him, but Bai just rolls his eyes. Repentance?
Yeah, right.
Time to make sure Dad retires from the villain business permanently. He fires off some wicked golden energy slashes, slicing right through his dad's tendons. Bing Shin Hall's dude is in serious pain, flopped in a puddle of red. Bing Shin wails about his wrecked legs. Totally wrecked, the guy starts begging for mercy. Playing the I'm your dad card pathetic. Bai ignores the drama. Face stone. He swaps to Cloud Mage mode, whips up an ice shard, and literally freezes his dad's mouth shut. With a scary glare, Bai readies the finishing move. He already offed this guy in a past life, so doing it again. No biggie. Right before the hit lands, a voice yells, stop, and totally freaks him out. Who's talking? He wonders. Definitely a girl's voice. It's coming from urine. His flower summon guarding his mom. Being a plant type, she's acting like a walkie-talkie for his mom. Mom's voice begs him through the pet, telling him not to go full monster mode. She says Dad's already lost his pride and everything else. That actually hits home. Bai freezes, face softening at her words. Via the flower girl? Bai. Mom explains that living with regret is way worse than dying. That's real punishment. Bai looks torn, but she keeps going, saying she can't watch him turn into the next family psycho. Plus, she doesn't want his future to be all gloomy and dark. That triggers a flashback to his past life. Locked up in jail for patricide, rotting in a cell. The guilt trip works. The memory hits hard. Determined, he looks up. Okay, Mom, I get it. He turns to his popsicle-faced dad. I won't kill you, but you're never coming near us again. Bai grips his glowing sword. He's about to bust out a retro move from his last life. He fires off binary golden cross / meant to nuke the powers of anyone weaker than him. Boom. It hits Bing, and a pop-up confirms his powers are toasted. Bai towers over the no chalice. Guy, he puts the sword away. Time for orders. Get out of town by tomorrow. Stay away from Mom. Forever. He walks back to his mom and drops one last icy threat. He tells his dad, my summon, Ya Warren, has your scent memorized? Come within 3 kilometers of her, and I don't care if I end up in a super prison for life. I will hunt you down and end you. Flat on the floor, totally broken and weak. Bing Shin stares at the sky, crying as the face size melts. I understand, he whispers, accepting the yell. City's quiet now. Fight's over. Back home, Bai checks on Mom, chilling with the summons. He tells the squad to take care of her and heal up. Chi Warren's like, Chio bro, Dad didn't hurt her. Bai kneels, super relieved. Mom just comforts him with a big smile. She says she's good. Head pats, but Bai needs more magic protection loot for her. Suddenly, they freeze. Total shock. Did you speak? He asks. Did I speak? She echoes. Bai's jaw drops as it turns. Grinning wide, it wasn't mine talk, that was her actual voice. Mom covers her mouth, totally shook that she can talk again. Warren explains that Mom's silence was just a nerve glitch he fixed. Easy fix. Days later, Bai's chilling in a tree when Warren asks, Yo, gotta bail. The big guy notes. His fam is here. Why not ditch the revenge for a chill life? But Bai's like, nope, he's already packed and ready. He says, rent is covered for the pad, and he'll buy it once he's rich. He also crafted a magic jade for Mom. If she's in trouble, he'll zoom back. Otherwise, guarding her is on them. No pressure. The giant summons get all teary-eyed and agree to the gig. Later, Bai's at the table, watching Mom cook up a storm, helped by 2 apron-wearing monsters. Adore. He thinks Mom knows he's off the train, but she's got no clue her simple son is gone. Instead, he's haunted by gory past life memories and major beefs to settle. He eyes the invite on the table. That's his VIP pass to the Divine Nation. The traitor's there. He pictures Skull Mask with the white dreads. Payback time. Bai knows this golden ticket fast tracks him to the Divine Nation, way faster than his past life. That night, chilling with his mom, he scans the city, brain busy, mapping the trip. Honestly, he has no clue if he will win or even make it back alive. Could be a one-way trip. Suddenly, Mom gasps, like she forgot the stove was on. Bai blinks. Yo, what's up? She beams. June 25th, annual prayer day. She says, the flower god's top mage hits town every first full moon of summer. Bai facepalm. He forgot his mom stands that flower god cold. She never asked his ETD, and he definitely didn't say he was dipping tomorrow. Figured ghosting was the move, so he dipped out silent. Peeping his mom pray, he knew he totally sucked at real-life goodbyes. Smash cut to the ER. Specs is laid up post-surgery. Doc's chatting up the rinse, saying it was a breeze. Said it was barely a thing, just a little fix. Specs needs a nap, but lucky he caught the glitch. His folks, totally relieved. High-five the doc. Mom's like, don't move a muscle, bruh. Specs is like, chill guys. Doc said it was no biggie, but his mom, no chill. She goes full drama. Every cut is huge. Stay frozen. Specs looks away, bummed. Worst timing ever. Salty he can't hype. Buy you up for his epic trip tomorrow. Wondering if that's the last goodbye. June 26th. Squad hits the station for the big trip. Platform drama. Mom's ballin' over Chien. Self-care. Call me. Don't grind all night. She nags. Then smooches a bright red Chien right on the cheek. Dad tells his emo wifey to head back. It's 2 weeks, honey. Quit the soap opera. Train revs up. Kids wave peace to the station was absolute chaos. Students mobbed by their rents, saying laters. Meanwhile, Bai's solo at the end, looking like an emo MC. T-Chang slides up, grinning, right in solo. Where's the parental units? Bai dodged it, eyes roaming. Trains pulling up. T-Chuang and Chin were shook by the shade. Teach asks, you always this lone wolf? Face drops. Inner monologue. Yes, solo leveling. As the bullet zooms in, he stands with his back turned, always been a party of one. Brain glitching with past life trauma. Why he rolls deep in zero? Flashback, bloody kid self-shaken. His gone mom, dad flatlined, nearby. Remembers losing the squad. Shock of a homie dying from cancer. Before, getting fixed. Another pal ghosted forever. Lost his mentor, and team screaming as they got wiped. Old version of him pops up, looking he thinks he's just used to people dipping. On him life's just one big. By Felicia. Sees a lonely kid haunted by a vortex of Ellis parents, friends, squad, gone. He figures that he's chilled with losing it all. At the station, T-Chuang yells, train's here, gear up squad, while others, Bai stands apart, looking like a lonely puppy. Foot on the step, a voice screams his name. Shook, he whips around. No way. Mom's there. Plus, his 2 middle school, bestie Specs, is even rolling up in his wheel. His pal tells Teach Specs' parents had him on total lockdown post-surgery. But Specs begged to say bye, so he staged a hospital breakout. Bai frowns. Bruh, rest. Specs just grins. Chill, I'm good. Then he gets real. Just take care out there, okay? Other buddy tosses him a bag, snacks, and gear. Enjoy. Bai starts. Guys, you already. Chien rolls eyes. Shut up and take it. Loser. Then mom steps up with a gift. It's a flower god bracelet. Super powerful, she insists. She slides the green beads on his wrist. For protection, sweetie. Bai is super. Move Sheree went to pray for him. Does she have momdar? Does she know it's dangerous? Teach waves. Hurry up. Training arc starts now. Bai. The train. Glancing back at his fan club. Sinking into his seat, he grins. Crazy how much changed in 1 month. Outside, his mom, Specs, and the crew wave like maniacs. Bai waves back. Guess he's got people waiting for his comeback. He grips the beads. I'll fix this and be right back. Promise. Meanwhile, on a rooftop, above the station, the vice cap watches the train dip. Goodbye is safe and Holy Nation bound. Delivery incoming. It's Liu Zhangzong, S-rank boss of the Flower God sect. He checks for last tips, realizing it's all up to Bai now. Bai's brooding hard on the train, letting those words sink in. Chi Yin says the elite squad dipped early to handle boring custom stuff. She's super hyped because they're gonna hit the Jiang border with the Holy Nation chillin' right next door. T-Chuang strolls in, specially kicking this road trip off. The plan crossing takes forever, so it's a sleepover and training sesh first. As Yin worries about Baya, while Xiling creeps hard a few rows back. He's plotting some serious drama for Bai at the border game. As the speedy train gets close, the kids get the heads up. Holy Nation arrival is imminent. T-Chuang gives the usual spiel. God's made the world. God save us. Yada yada. She yaps about how their VIP families hold all the juice and supreme power. Apparently, the Holy Nation is the fancy crib for 2 actual gods, and their kin. Then she gets scary. Follow their rules strictly, or get absolutely wrecked. Bai just seethes, hating every word about these so-called high and mighty deities. Then Teach breaks down the boring entry steps to get us inside. We've got to clear 3 major checkpoints to leave the Jiang Nation behind. Step 1 is already done. Getting those fancy Divine Guild invites for the train. Without those special passes, we would have been stuck back on the platform. Step 2. The border station right in front of our faces. Time to sign our lives away and get scanned, head to toe, by security. The checks are super extra, takes a whole 24 hours to process. So we're stuck waiting till tomorrow to actually cross the finish line. Basically, this tedious layover is part 1 of our adventure. Next, they dump us in the boonies, right on the edge of Jang Nation. Morning of June 27th, Bai Yi is rocking the fresh gear his buddy hooked him up with. He's just chilling with the squad, minding his own business. Chi-in grins, telling him the new fit makes him look all grown up. But he's turning heads elsewhere. Two senior girls clock him. That's the hot guy who ditched the elite team. They strut over to verify the gossip personally. You're the legend with the highest score in history, right? One asks. Then they hit him with the can. We tag along. Eyes, flirting hard. Bai ain't simping. He just raises a hand-hard pass on that. Surprisingly, they don't get salty about the rejection. They just giggle, deciding his too cool vibe is actually adorable. As Bai dips, he focuses on the real grind. The mobs in this zone are trash to a total waste of his time. Past C-Class, leveling up is a nightmare without a better strategy. Suddenly, some suit-wearing dude steps in, bragging he was also top of his class. He trashes the school exams, calling them kiddie games compared to real life. Wild beasts are a whole different animal, he insists loudly. He slides an arm around a girl, winking like a total player. This is where the real MVPs shine. Ladies, that's Jung Joan C-Class warrior, and full-time The girls eat it up instantly. Ooh, take us with you instead, he agrees, while Bai walks past, totally ignoring their cringe drama. Later, Miss Wang calls a huddle for one last pep talk. Remember, you guys are the cream of the crop, she says. She smiles but lists the boring safety rules one more time. Stay in bounds. Don't go solo. Don't be stupid. Don't die fighting, and be back by 8 p.m. sharp. Before she finishes, the class yells, "We get it already. Teach." Jung Jun leads the charge, rushing into the woods, hungry for some kills. Zeeling hangs back, watching M leave like a total creep. Smirking like a villain, his nasty little trap is already set. Meanwhile, Boss Hong Bing gets the royal welcome back in the capital. They tell him the hunting comp is starting, and the Shinin captain's been waiting for ages. Vice Cap Blue calls out the sweet perks of the elite squad, skipping security lines just by tailing the boss man. Chomping a cigar, Hong Bing tells the kid next to him to go hang with the squad. It's his son, Hong Chang, looking shaky, but saying, okay. Out in the wild, the training session is live. Jang Jun totally wrecks a lizard beast with a shiny punch. He flexes over the E-class scrub, red aura, glowing hard. Senior girls fangirl hard over his C-class skills. Jung Jun acts all cool about it. Bai Yi ignores the hype, checking his stats on a halo screen. He checks his build. Cloud Mage, Nuke Warrior, Flower, Summoner all C-class. But, he's been stuck here for like 10 days. Bai Yi knows, he needs to fight tougher mobs, for real. Sadly, these local mobs are trash, and give 0 XP. Stomping weaklings gives basically no loot, so the grind sucks. Then, things get wild. Cocky Jang Jun gets yeeted by a huge purple D-class spider. He and the girls are shook, realizing this thing is way off, hurt, and freaking out. Jung Jun screams for help, with the poison, yelling it's a legit unsealed D-class beast. After wrecking them, the spider targets Bai. Kids scream, but Bai chills, pops his green blade, ready to rumble. One swing, and Bai claps that D-class spider everyone feared. The game confirms. He bagged some XP and a gnarly spider leg as loot. Jang Jun and the senior girls were totally shook, but Bai just yawned. He figured low-level loot was trash gust wasting inventory space. It reminded him how the Divine Guild hogged all the high-level grind spots, which explained the massive power gap between C-class noobs and B-class pros. With a shrug, he straight up yeeted the D-class item into the bushes. The silver-haired girl gasped at the waist, but Bai was like, don't worry about it. His past life memories unlocked a cheat code. High-grade magic crystals, near the Holy Nation's border, so he went deeper into the woods to farm better gear. By 8 o'clock that night, Bai was lurking deep in the spooky forest. He snagged a few crystals, but suddenly got a super weird vibe. Those rocks form from pure energy, usually in demon caves or mob spawns. Check in 1. He finds it's empty, drained dry, like something drank it. System says, withered magic crystal, useless rock. Trees are wrecked too, just gray twigs. Total vibe. What eats this fast? A demon? No way. Dude, he keeps looking and hits a dead end. Big cliff. But wait, what's that junk? A busted tank leaking green slime. Gross. He squats down. What the heck is this goo? Camp, 8 p.m. Teach is grilling mega monster legs. The squad is totally shook, hyping that she soloed those mobs. Beast mode, she grins. Survival 101. Hunt or starve. Y'all fought all day but forgot lunch. Rookies. Two tired noobs whine. There's no catering. Eyeing a tentacle. Edible. Teach and chi chill. Munching mystery meat. Teach sees. Buy in zelling. Haven't bounced back yet. Save M leftovers. She says. Sheen's like, thought you were a nerd. Teachy rock. Teach laughs. Before I was grading papers, I wanted to go pro. Guild life? Big sigh. Wasn't strong enough to make the cut. She spills. First time in the holy nation for me. Thanks to you guys, and Bay ye crushing it. I finally got my trip here. She speaks but red eyes glow behind her. Creepy. Teach's face goes pale. Panic mode. No thinking. She eats chi, out of the way. A green spike shoots out and skewers Teach. Brutal. Covered in red. Chi screams. Nightmare fuel. Everyone freaks. What is that? Bai is sprinting. He's gotta warn the squad to bail ASAP. That busted tank? Yeah. Connected. Bad news. Teach grabs a spike in her chest. Metal. Running on 1 HP. She tells the kids run. Get a guild? Go. She yanks the leg out. Boss reveal time. Giant bug monster looms. My nutrients. It hisses. The kids freeze beak. We are cooked. System. Corpse. Spider. Flower. Warrior. Class B. It's smart. Rated as super deadly from that shady lab. Classic. Warning. Don't fight. Run. Call the cops. Rewind. Let's see. Xyling's morning pee. Meanwhile, seething with pure salt, someone was obsessing over how Bai had basically stolen the entire show since day one. Face twisted in rage, he ranted about bias. I'm better than you, swagger. He gripped a Zung industrial jar labeled warning. Nasty B-class corpse, spider. Smash went the glass, releasing the tiny creepy buggy. Go feast on the vibes around here, he commanded. Xiling smirked like a comic book villain, revealing his dumb plot. Wait for the mob to wreck the squad, then swoop in and play the hero. Cut to camp. Xyling's master plan had officially backfired. Big time. He stared, totally panicking, wondering how it all went south so fast. Pulling his energy bow, he realized the bug had leveled up way too quick. The giant spider glared at the scared noobs and let out a scary roar. Wounded students cowered behind teacher Huang, who was barely standing. Meanwhile, Bai was sprinting toward the disaster zone. He remembered fighting an S-class boss version of this exact monster in his past life. Even maxed out, that fight was a nightmare. He scanned the beast eye attack, high defense, a total tank. He knew the teacher and students. Maxing out its rank would get absolutely wrecked by a B-class mob. Grim reality check. He couldn't beat it without going full tryhard mode, but he hesitated. Using his ult would expose his secret dual-class build, and that would put a massive target on his back from the gods. The spider towered over the defeated students, who got caught in a blink. Teacher Huang, beat up and struggling, realized the monster's hits came with a nasty paralysis. Ignoring the pain, she clenched a fist, desperate to save her class. She looked up, clueless, on how to stop the beast staring her down. The mob mumbled about tasty snacks and shot out a gross tongue. It locked on to Chi-Yin, who was frozen, stiff, and couldn't dodge. Right before it hit her, a sharp icicle zoomed in and nailed its head. The shot came from Teacher Huang, totally paralyzed, still yells at the beast, hands off my kids. The monster gets annoyed by her sass and decides to snack on the teacher first instead. It unrolls a gross, toothy tongue, ready to chomp down. Suddenly, a green light slicing the tongue off. Bai steps in, shielding the stunned teacher. Showing up, right on cue, Bai stands guard, looking totally chill and ready to brawl. The corpse spider attacks, but he goes ham, slicing that ugly tongue into confetti with his blade. Shocked by the combo, the monster pauses for a sec. Taking the chance, Bai exposes the incredible. He zooms past, snagging Ms. Hang and tossing her to safety. Glowing green like a radioactive glow stick. That angry zombie spider dives straight for his face. But Bai, now rocking a fierce red vibe, steps up to block. Oops! He realizes his C-rank warrior chops are totally useless against a B-rank beast. Time for plan B. He's gotta lock this ugly thing down first. Ping, system says. Swapping to cloud mage mode, Bai hops into the air, whipping out his epic mage staff to drop a nasty C-rank crowd control spell. Huge ice spikes explode, turning Spidey into a giant popsicle instantly. Bai chills in front of the frozen beer. Batty, still glowing red while the squad stares, jaws on the floor. Jongjun and the senior girls are totally shook. JJ Stooters, did pretty boy just breeze a beer? Monster, while Silverhair yells, wait, I thought he was a warrior. Shaking a finger, Jongjun asks what everyone's thinking. Is he dual class? Bai glares back, face stony. He thinks, whatever, if I gotta leak my secrets? It beats watching my entire class get wrecked. Ms. Heng, leaking HP, but standing, asks, you okay, kid? Before he can reply, the spider popsicle starts cracking. The beast growls inside, not done yet. As ice crumbles, smash. The whole ice block explodes into bits. But guess what? The monster ghosted? Gone. Everyone freaks out. Did it vanish? Is it dead? Bai stands in the slush. Chill. Nope, not over. Just chipped its health, he says. It'll be back, fast. Looking mad, he admits, I can't solo this thing. We gotta run. Now. Students grab the hurt teacher, but she digs her heels in. Leave me, just go. Bai spins around. Yo, teach, why stay? Zelling's missing, she cries. Bai goes quiet. Totally serious, she says. My job is to bring every single kid home. We plan to meet at camp at 8 o'clock tonight. What if he comes back and we ditched him? Bai sighs and drops the truth bomb. Holding up a busted vial, he tells the teacher Zellings, the guy who let the monster loose. BAM, flashback, past life, good times with the Divine Core Squad. He sees them chowing down. Han, Sholing hyping the grub, Ling Yu teasing him for inhaling it. Then the traitor ruins the vibe. Joking, slow down, bruh. Seemed like normal banter then. Then the memory gets dark. Betrayal, time. Bai recalls freezing up. Bai totally paralyzed. The snake smiled. Been spiking your food for a month, buddy. Plot to dump paralysis powder in their noodles. He knew it all. Back to now. Standing. In the campsite mess, Bai drops the truth bomb on the class. He flashes a broken jar and says, Zeeling, let the beast out. He points out that the jar is from Zongcorp, run by Zeeling's dad. Nepo baby drama. Chi-In gasps. Finally, connecting the dots. Bai adds that their labs use these specific jars to hold mini. He found the shards in the woods. Only a Zong family insider could snag one of those. Meanwhile, Zeeling is strolling through the trees, glancing back at the camp. Losing his cool completely, he punches a tree like a maniac. He's muttering, kicking himself for not hiding the proof, and hating that Bai ruined his vibe. His annoyance morphs into total hate for Bai, blaming him for this mess. Looking like an absolute psycho, he screams, it's all Bai's fault. The class is totally shook. One kid furiously asks why Z would go full villain, asking, you trying to delete us all? Another agrees, yelling, throw this dude in the slammer. Hiding nearby, Zeeling's eye is twitching with pure rage. Someone has doubts, but another snaps. If he's chill, why is he hiding? Zeeling is absolutely fuming, hearing that trash talk. Teach is wrecked, but yells, run for it, kiddos. Get out. Passes Chi-In, a radio, find a signal, and SOS fast. Chi grabs the gadget, giving Teach the puppy eyes. Boom. A random arrow snipes the radio into dust. Bai's eyes pop out in total shock. Who invites an arrow to a fist? The mob surrounds, shaking Chi. You good? Who fired that? The radio is toast. Literally smoking on the floor. Chi sees blood on her hand. Bai goes full rage mode at the sight. Before they can blink, a strange can gets tossed their way. Boom! It hits the floor, puffing out green smog like a toxic fart. Bomb! Everyone's freaking out, hacking up a lung and gagging on the mystery fumes. Then, some genius sniffs it. Yo, this reeks of paralysis dust. Panic mode. While the Dizzy Squad tries to figure out who's pranking them, Zeeling strolls out of the fog like he owns the place. Creepy vibes. Bai just stands there, ghost mode in the gas, while his classmates choke. Zeeling, rocking a gas mask, and Specs starts yapping like a psycho, pinning it all on Bai. He yanks the gear off. Dude's eyes are bloodshot and totally wild. He screams, thanks to you. My cover's blown and we're all trapped here. Bai doesn't argue. He just flares up with gold energy. Students, jaw drop hard. Glowing like a boss, Bai starts stomping toward the whiny traitor. Bai's eyes go Super Saiyan gold with rage. He asks Zeeling, you cool with killing everyone? Meanwhile, the squad is dropping from the gas. One guy hits the floor, shaking. Bro, I'm so drained. ... He spots the green can. B-class, beast paralyzer. Zeeling grabs the can. Why he nuke his own team? He claims it was meant for the monster. Screaming, he was gonna frag the spider and be the MVP. Glares at Bai. You ruined my highlight reel. Summons his energy bow. It's fight night. Zeeling aims right at Bai, ready to blast him, but wounded, Tichuang jumps in the middle. Begs Zeeling, stop, kid, don't mess this up. He ignores her. She's given him an out, but nah. She tries again. It was an accident, right? Zeeling shuts down Teach. Huang hard. Too late. Can't undo it. Liar. He points the bow at her. Total psycho. Teach is hurt and gassed. She can't move. Bai is fading too. That powder is legit. Refusing to nap, Bai does something wild. Stabs his own leg. Uses the pain to stay awake. Teach freaks, but Bai's chill. Zeeling is done for. She just stares, totally speechless. Bai hypes up. Your excuses are trash. Zeeling just lets the arrow fly. Friendly fire triggers, Bai's bad memories. Reminds him of that traitor from his past life. Bai rages. How dare you aim at the squad? Moving super fast. Bai slaps the arrow away and rushes him. Zelling shoots. Before Zelling blinks, Bai nasty slash. There goes Zelling's arm. Ouch. Zelling screams, face covered in red. Gross. Bai looks icy. Betrayal is game over. Loser. No time for a breather. Bai slices his chest. Critical hit. Zelling drops. Crying. Lunatic. Holding his cuts. Crying like a baby. Keeps yelling. This is all on you. Bai stares down. Blade dripping. Disgusting. You were hiding and watching the show. Zelling freezes. Busted. Cowardice. Expose. Bai calls him out. You just watched your mess burn, didn't you? Flashback time. It proves right. See Zeling? Shivering behind a tree. Total coward move. He watched the spider snack on pals and almost munched Teacher Huang. Back to reality. Zeling cracks. Sobs like a total baby. I was scared. He admits he couldn't handle the beast. He woke up. Then he begs Bai to hear his lame excuses. Bai's bored. Swish. He slices Zeiling's mouth. Zip it. Looming over the bleeding mess, Bai aims his sword. He's literally radiating golden rage. He goes ice cold. You made the choice. Now eat the consequences. Zeiling's shaking, thinking Bai is a certified maniac. Staring into those icy dead eyes, his brain melts. He realizes he's the one who messed with the wrong psycho. Then it hits him. Bai isn't bluffing. He's actually gonna end him. Bai, stone-faced, lifts his shiny sword. Time for the finisher. He pops his ult binary judgment. It's a nasty skill that totally wipes an enemy's powers. Golden energy goes boom. A storm of slashes eats the screaming traitor alive. When the beatdown stops, Bai stands there, sparks flying, looking down at the loser. Zeiling's on the floor, totally wrecked and drained. A pup-up floats above him. Abilities delete. Ouch. Dude's just lying there, bloody and crying, whispering for a savior. Bai goes for the kill, but Teacher Huang screams, freezing him up. Huh. He pauses. That's the teacher's voice. He looks up. Oh, that massive beak-glass spider is back for round 2. It shook off the damage, and the thing already snatched up some unlucky students. Bai panics. The monster is on a rampage again. The paralysis dust is hitting hard, making him move like a snail. Even at 100%, he might not beat this thing. But he grits his teeth. No choice, gotta fight. He knows he's the only one who can save the squad. Now, zap, golden lightning crashes down like a boss. Bai is totally floored by the sudden light show. The bolt hits, freeing everyone from the monster's grip. Chi gets dropped by the beast, finally free, and another zap slices the spider nasty's. Major damage. Teach holds, Chi, relieved. Linggui's here, clutch timing. Standing guard like a tank. Is Lingui, the golden lightning ninja, herself. Weapons out, she tells the beast. Playing solo is a bad move. Bro, she grins at Bai confidently. You still good to throw hands? Bai looks totally confused by the backup, totally shook by her popping up and grilling him. They stood united against the giant spider corpse, ignoring the classmates napping on the floor. The beast gave them the death stare. Then poof, it shimmered and ghosted them. Lingyua was confused, but Bai was quick. Chill, it's just rocking active cam. Said it went stealth mode to lick its wounds after he wrecked it earlier. Bai looked rough, wheezing hard. The agony from that nasty leg gash kicking in big time. Lingyue clocked that he was hurting. He says the paralysis dust is hitting peak cringe. Everyone else is going to be out cold for a bit. Amazed he tanked the beak glass stun that long. She chucks a flask his way. Said she only packed one single. Heal up juice and told him to chug it. Bai snags it, system tagging it as water of purification. Downing it, she quips that the guild is 2 slow backups, basically a mystery. The brew kicked in fast. Bai, feeling fresh, sensed the creepy crawly. Warned her the thing's lurking close, sucking up energy to heal. Right as he shuts up, the spider jumps scare style, slashing with a giant spiky leg, moving like a glitch in the Matrix. Bai tanks the hit, popping his parry skill to bounce that heavy strike off. Using that gap, Lingui teleported behind the now visible beast. Her sword buzzing with gold zap, she smacked its shields with a mega hit. Sandwiched by pain, the spider screamed as the double team combo slammed it face first into the dirt. Shoulder to shoulder, she notes its crazy regen speed and asks again if he's game to brawl, smirking as he glows green. Bai nods that he can, saying it's duo Q time. They square up against the B-class unit. Bai eyes glowing green. She's radiating gold vibes. Bai hypes her up, saying her reflexes are cracked, but grins. Play safe? We're just school kids. She smirks back, roasting him like, bro, you go to school too. Their chat died as the angry bug stood up, red eyes glowing. It was big mad about that combo. Seeing round 2 start, Bai yells go, and they jump the beast instantly, hitting it from both ends. Mid-air, Bai senses bad vibes. The monster swings a leg hard. Even though Bai blocks, the impact eats him backwards. Seeing the chance, Lingwei shouts, "I got this," hopping over him to dunk on the beast. She goes ham with slashes, sparking gold electricity everywhere. Oops, her ult move bounces off the monster's skin. Useless. Spidey blocks and slaps back with a sharp leg. Bai yells her name as the monster lands a heavy hit. She goes flying, bleeding. That looked painful. Holding her chest, she realizes, great, it's poison. A system pop-up confirms the toxic news. Spidey attacks, but Bai steps in with a sick parry to save her. He suddenly guessed that this thing is beady or tanky. That's why she couldn't scratch it. The beast gives them the death stare, signaling game over. But Bai spots a bigger issue. The thing is literally farming buffs from the air around it. He realizes this, things leveling up its muscles and brain way too fast. Bai knows if they don't wreck it now, they're toast before backup comes. Plus, everyone's code. He checks the bad stats. They're barely Sarang scrubs and linguists already hurt. Hurt but hype. Linguist stands up. Gotta smash its shield? Fast. Bai stands tall. A crazy idea brewing. Flashback to tactic talk with his old squad. He recalls asking, what if the boss is totally OP? Hailing said, run away. But Lingua was like, nah, elites never quit. Bai remembers the play he taught him. Operation Rat Trap. Step 1 was simple. He had to go full aggro, making the baddie focus only on him. Executing the plan now. He recalls the next move. Once the monster is totally locked on the bait, it's wide open. Eyes blazing. He waits for that critical hit moment. Lingua preps an attack as Bai taunts the spider. He yells, chill, don't hit it yet. Just charge up. You soloing this beast? Lingua asks, shook. Standing back, she's like, nope, wait a sketch. Bai's got skills, but he's still a total noob. She's the golden pro, yet Bai is the one bossing it. Bai steps to the beast, swerving it, hits and clopping back with a sick sword swing. Then he goes full YOLO, tosses his weapon, and stands there open. Monster bites the bait, lunging while Lingua screams. Spider Freak stabs Bai's shoulder with a pointy leg. Ouch! Coughing red stuff. He still signals Lingua to chill and stay back. Lingua's totally lost. Bro, what's the game plan? Giant spider towers over Bai, acting all smug, and winner. It's dissing human weakness, declaring they're just a snack for it. It opens its nasty trap right over him to chow down. But Bai, direct, was waiting for this. He thinks it's showtime. He gasps and yells for Lingua to hit it now. Lingua glows gold, pops flash god, and zooms in. Bai's wild plan is out. It's only weak when eaten. He bet opening its mouth drops its shields. He knows this is the key moment of his bait. The rat's bait taken, weakness out, trap snaps shut. Lingua zaps in like lightning and shanks. It's back. She's got her game face on, trying to one-shot this beast instantly. Monster is shook. Ding, heart stunned, defense busted. Grabbing the chance, Bai dips out of the claw, lands, and says, finale time? The giant ugly spider is frozen stiff from Lingua zap. Hurt Lingua goes, stuns short. If it wakes, we're toast. Bai wobbles up, telling her, relax. A few secs is plenty. He swears, this thing isn't escaping today. Blue glow pops. Switch to Cloud Mage class. He casts a wicked ice spell, locking that spider in a giant, jagged popsicle. Lingua freaks. Wait, you have two classes. Smirking, Bai swaps back to Nuclear Warrior. Green glow. He says the juice, stacked from damage, is finally enough. They both drop their ults simultaneously. Gold and green energy just deletes the frozen beast. System text spams the win. Spider defeated. Loot drops are insane. 10,000 XP, 300 points, level up, and beater loot. As he heals up, Bai figures only high-level mobs give decent XP now. Lingua stares, totally shook. She's seen dual elements, but two classes this young, never. Before she can blink, he swaps to job number 3, Flower Summoner. He thinks since Summoner is C tier, he can hold 6 demons, 4 spots open, using his Flower Spirit skill. Then Bai grabs the ghost, yelling, get over here! Ding! Contract signed, new E-rank Flower Warrior acquired. Corpse Spider is a mouthful. So, Bai dubs him Changzi, the summon digs, the new tag. New boss set, Changzi Ghosts into spirit mode. Ling, brain fried, goes, did you just unlock job number 3? You're just full of plot twists. Huh? She adds, Bai Isla, can we keep this on the down low? Smirking, she says, you hid these skills at the exam. Sneaky, figuring he's playing the mystery card. She swears she's a vault. Lips are sealed, dude. Right then, some dudes in black gear show up. Squad 26 is here. They yell. Blue-haired boss man asks, "You guys good?" Stoked, they made it. It's the Divine Guild's 26th crew. The new guild leader guy stares at the dead Beering spider. Who iced this thing? He orders meds for the code kids. Counts heads and sighs as everyone wakes up. Nearby, teach Wangam's Jian. It's over. Chill out. Squad boss eyes. The monster guts. Even a Seatum would have wiped on this. Amazed to kids. One, he calls them legit geniuses. Bai and Ling stand there, totally drenched in gore. Jung Janego checked, walks up to Bai with the girls. He admits Bai saved their butts, and one of the girls adds, "Without your hero mode, we'd be toast." Dead serious. Jung Jun shakes his hand. "Thanks for the save." Meanwhile, Linguist Squad sprints over to her. Vice Cap and Pinky heal her, nagging. "You okay? Why? Run off." The girl asks how bad it was. But Linguist chill. "It's handled." Vice Cap brags. "Folks shouldn't mess with us." She usually flexes her Captain Statusa gold. Prodigy, one of those born once a decade types. But Lingua turns, impressed. Met a real genius today though. She eyes Bai shaking Zhang Chun's hand, thinking, that guy is a total riddle. Chaos. Over. A guild pro calls roll. One kid's Mia. He orders the other. Students on the bus. We'll find the lost guy. Go. Meanwhile, deep in the creepy woods, Lost Boy Zeeling is sprinting for his life. He shrieks, begging some shadow beast to back off. "I let you out, but not to eat me." He panics. As that giant green-eyed monster creeps up, Zeeling flips out. "Eat the extras, not me." Cut to the inside of Divine Guild's swanky express train ride. Bai chills, checking his holostats and admiring his shiny new pet. That zombie spider. Changzi. Total beast mode potential. Just gotta grind its levels, right? To make it Screen says 3 out of 6 slots filled. Halfway there. Beating that rank boss gave nice XP, but the grind for the next rank is gonna be endless. His status window pops up to flex his stats. Cloud Mage and Nuke Warrior at Seek Flower Summoners, trailing at a guild squad member radios in, saying they linked up with the class, while Bias stresses over the hard mode ahead. Problem is, the big guild's horde, all the monsters, basically 0 good mobs left for him to farm. Looking fierce, he decides he's gotta find a way to power level fast. Train hits a tunnel, and the guild guide yells they're arriving at the Holy Nation. Finally, Bai locks in. He's back, and he's got one mission. Brains just replaying that one face. The backstabbing traitor who sold out his crew. Jump to June 28th, Holy Nation border. The train pulls into Divine Arms Academy station. Kids go nuts over the side. "Yo, this is massive compared to home." Walking through the hype, Bike whispers about how loaded this country must be. A suit guy steps up. "Hi, I'm the director of the Eastern Campus." He gives a cheesy welcome and starts the tour of the top school for super people. Bai's face drops. He knows this place. That snake graduated right here. Doing the math. Trader Chris should be a student here right now. Bai glares. Time for a little reunion. Director points to a huge statue of a knight with a sword. "Meet Cadmus Davis," he says, "one of the big 5 gods." Students, fanboy hard. Davis fam is top tier. Literal idols. The crowd starts buzzing about maybe meeting the god. The academy director keeps yapping, dropping some history lore. Says a demon dragon wrecked the place. Until Cadmus stepped up, clapped the beast, and saved everyone. Then he built the guild and this academy to group the heavy hitters. See, the academy is the top tier spot for Awakened. The GOAT, basically, only takes 100 global teens a year. Exclusive much. Plus, you gotta be at least an ace a brutal exam just to get a look. The kids are totally shook by the specs. One whispers, "I barely scraped C." Another nods. "Yeah, Berank is basically impossible before 18 unicorn. Rare." Nearby, Ling Yui smirks. "Hard to get in? You have no idea." While everyone freaks out, Bai stays locked in. He knows, despite the crazies, talk about high standards. That traitor? Actually grad here. Flashback time. Some guy introed Skullmask Chris as the new teammate. Then he remembers that dude whispering, saying don't ask about pasts. But adding this nugget, Chris was Divine Arms top grad, a total beast. Snap to present. Bai looks super serious. He's sure the timeline puts the traitor at the academy right now. Fist clenched. He's locked in. Gotta hit B rank. Ace must overpower the traitor and get into Divine Arms. No fails. While everyone stresses about standards, Chi-Yin's chilling behind him. She figures if Bai says he's staying, he's got a cheat code for it. Boom. Fancy old dude jump scares. Chi, little princess, why hit the Holy Nation without seeing dad? He grills her. Chi freaks out, spinning around while the class goes, huh? The director spots him and bows slow. Yo, Secretary, Chun. Chun drops the bomb. Dad's sick from work. He tried to hide it. Hearing that, Chi just bolts with Chun to the car. Students stare. Who is she? Even the director bowed to her god. Before they could even blink, a sick black limo rolls up. The kids are Shokoli Nation rides are next level. The driver pops the door, and a squad of super stylish teens hops out. The director marches over. You're late. Tall redhead smirks. Chill? Teach. Private academy life means grinding demon layers all night. This fiery dude tells the director, look, we had a massive raid yesterday. Cut us some slack. We're beat. The director sighs and intros. The groups mix and mingle. Folks, meet the Eastern Border Supreme crew. But Bai's crew was low-key checking out the locals' drip. The director tried intros, but the ginger cut him off. Save the speech. Pops, smirking, he figured they were just basic nobodies. That shade left Bai's squad super confused. Teach Juan Lucan worried, asked, just 5 of you? The snobs just burst out laughing at that. Redhead pointed at Bi's gang, calling them hicks who wouldn't know a real school. He flexed hard about their Holy Nation blood, claiming their elite status got him god-tier loot. Then he clapped back at the teacher with, pure ego. Our school is just us 5. We get it all. One of his girls laughed, like public school rejects. Get it. Jang Jun wasn't having it. Bro was heated. He stepped up yelling, who you calling hicks? Red got in his grill. You think I'm dissing you? We're future Divine Arms legends. Kid, he bragged that even though he's a sophomore, he's level 30 almost be grinning like a villain. He poked Chun's tie. What's your level? Scrub, we're just scoping the place out early. Anyway, John was too stunned to speak, just fuming. Finally, Chili offered a hand, hyping his own squad, Sane Lingua, and the VP could take him. The rich kids looked bored out of their minds. Red scoffed, you think you're special, cute. He pointed to his crew, bragging they had mad synergy and crushed a D-class record. Beret Girl gave a pity smile, asking why bother, explaining to clueless she said basic folks from the boonies could never vibe with high society life. Jun and the crew were literally shaking mad. Red kept yapping, saying they'd be God's blessed, while these losers stayed hicks. That phrase hit by he knew it was the peak status for everybody's dream, exactly where he used to be. But the memory tasted nasty, cause it just meant being a glorified pet for gods. He saw his past self in chains, and swore, never live in that lie again. Whoosh, a turbine screams overhead. Everyone looks up, totally confused. Some Safa ship zooms past. One kid gasps, no way. That's an exclusive God tribe ride. What are they doing here? The ship lands, blowing dust everywhere. A guy steps out. Looks like the gang's all here. The rich kids spin around, stunned. It's Lin Feng, they yell. From the DB family, a literal God's blessed. Lin Feng scans the crowd. If you're here, Bai must be too. This totally throws the snobs off. Who's Bai? Why does a VIP like Lin Feng care? Just then, Bai steps up, glaring daggers at Lin. Lin Feng fixes his specs. So, you're the guy who soloed the D-class demon lair perfectly. Not bad. The D-Boss family is watching you. We're impressed. Since we're hosting a hunting COMP, consider this a VIP invite for Bai to watch. Bai stays quiet, poker face on lock. The private school kids, jaws on the floor. Solo in a dungeon, an invite from the God tribe, insane. Lin Feng smiles politely, pointing to his ship. Hope in! Bai! Bai thinks back to how this world got so crazy. A century ago, monsters wrecked everything. Humans were toast. Then, 5 gods showed up. They smashed the monsters and saved our bacon. Thanks to them, we survived. Since then, everyone worships the ground they walk on. To keep us safe, the gods stuck around. They gave us tech, armies, and laws to keep us in check. They even had kids with humans. That's how the God tribe was born. Bai's got that killer. Don't mess with me, Glare. Textbook's life. Gods run the show, and we're just NPCs in their game. Snap back to reality. Red hair from the bougie private school is basically begging Lin Feng to let them crash the tourney. He's super hyped because it's in the God tribe zone. A VIP spot us normies never see, let alone watch a live brawl there. Lin Feng flashes a chill smile, says since the Devis fam is footing the bill for this trip, bringing the whole squad along was always the plan. He tells him there's free time before the guild tour, so whoever wants to watch the rumble can slide through. The crew, from Bai School, plus Teach Wang and Zhang Jun, are totally shook. They're shook like actually stepping on God tribe turf. Wild, Ling Yue and the vice cap hang back, just watching the scene. Ling says this spot is VIP. Cap's like, yeah, these kids lucked out. With a quick grin, Lin Feng tells the crew to come through. Boom, they warp to Deba's turf. Sky City, a floating fortress, way up high. On the way, they get the lore. 5 God fams run the world. D-Boss owns the Holy Nation. They're Cadmus Debus's kin. OP magic, leading the Divine Guild. Strongest army ever. Their clout is infinite. They run the academy, the draft, even foreign Awakens schools. Boss Sleva, bye. Guess it, the fam wants him cause he crushed the grad exams. Total MVP energy. But he's still sus. Why meet at a hunting comp? Seems kinda sketchy, honestly. They pull up to this insanely bougie hall. Major wealth flex? Real Mona Lisa on the wall. The place is huge, making M feel tiny. Everyone's jaw drops. Okay, this is Def God Tribe territory. Elite guards everywhere. Pre-security squad on patrol. No jokes. Bai scans the room, face serious, game face on. Finally, after ages, he's face to face with the God Tribe again. In that giant hall, guards watching every move. Dude stands there, back turned, staring at art. Guests are here, he says. He's like, Grandpa said art was the only proof humans existed. Dad, he preferred ruins. I'm Shin Davies, heir to the throne. Then he drops a bomb, making ruins. That's the real art. Creepy. The students are totally weirded out, like redhead kid panics, shoves the girl's head down. Show respect. He snaps. He tells hair to bow, don't act like a peasant. You can't eyeball a God Tribe member. Bai peeps this. Clock and Shin, eldest son of the Holy Nation ruler, top of the food chain. Shin breezes past them. Didn't even say bye. Lin Fang waves, I'm over. Let's go. They hit the hunting grounds, huge forest trapped in a sci-fi energy dome. The squad gapes at the size of this place. Massive. Then they see the giant monsters. Panic and hype mixed together. Up top, nobles float in fancy chairs to the VIP box. Twins A, Z and Ali, a chillin' there. Seats, guessing the player count this year. Rakjin demands an iced coffee. His sis Alice is like, nah, I'm good. From his hanging back, Bai eyes, the big shots rolling in. He clocks the Ade grandsons and the Jin siblings. Nepo babies everywhere. It's pretty wild that members of three huge God clans Davis, Adi and Jinar, all crashing the same party. Shindabis is chilling by the energy shield, scoping out the battlefield. Lin Fun steps up to the mic. Like, listen up. He says it's game time and drops the rulebook on him. He explains the whole showdown happens right inside the arena. Just awaken folks versus some nasty beasts. These ain't pets, they're C-class nightmares. The guild caught worldwide. To keep it spicy, no barrank pros allowed. Underdogs only. It's all about that high score. Frag ace, monster to get 10 points. Top fragger takes the win. Bai his classmates are freaking out over these rules. One kid's like, wait, if they aren't barranked, they're basic like us. Another dude whispers, sweating bullets, that it usually takes a whole squad to drop one mob. These guys must be insane to go solo. Over on the sidelines, Ling Yui's got arms crossed, totally stoic, while Pink looks terrified, and the vice cap just stares. Lin Fun keeps the hype train rolling. This year's Hunt and Rumble is also a huge party day. Boom! A platform rises up from the floor like magic. Shows off a shiny tech. Courtesy of the Debus fam winner, takes all. He waves his hands like a showman. Let's meet the players. Huge chunk of the wall slides open, and the fighters strut into the death zone. Lin Feng shouts out the 12 maniacs, like Lewis and Lin Shi, while the crowd is glued to the giant holoscreens. Bai's school crew is half amazed. They figure these guys must be total pros. Cause soloing a beast of the same rank is legendary status. But yo, there's hundreds of monsters and only 12 dudes rip. Dudes like, hard pass, way too risky. Another guy hypes the loot, talking rumors of S-tier gear for the winner plus a sweet bonus from the God Tribe if you flex hard enough. Scaredy Cat isn't buying it. Now fam, I choose. Breathing over loot. His buddy nods. Same. If I saw that beast, I'd literally ghost. Bai just chills there. Total ghost mode. Then, Shindebi yells at Bai from way back. Struts over just to verify it's really him. Heard you soloed at Derankler in middle school. Bet you haven't even peeked yet, huh? Bai gives him the death stare. Zero. Chill. Shin gets serious, points at a monster on screen, and barks an order. Go wreck that C-rank mob for me. Shin's crazy ass has him shook. Preppy kids are freaking out. Blondie's like, solo a C-class beast. As if, redhead dude, says God Tribe orders. Can't say nope. Ling figures, that's why Bai is here. She knows he's legit. Since he wrecked a beak, but Bai drops a total curve. Nah. Ling is totally floored. Bai steps up. One monster? Boring. Smirking, he's like, Lemme, hunt 'em all. That spicy flex shuts Shin up. He's intrigued. Preps are gasping at the audacity. Up top, nobles are hating hard. Audi twin, says Joe. Jin looks bored. Bai's got a big brain plan here. Wild C-class mobs are super rare. Fastest way to grind. Plus, he knows this is huge. 3 God fams watching. Showtime. Glowing blue, he's ready to slay. Right as Bai drops the mic, someone hands up. Haul up. Ling steps up. I'm in too fam. Then Vice Cap jumps in with a goofy count me in. Snooty kids are totally speechless. Even Shin is like, wait, what? Assistant checks. All rank, so it's legit. Thinking it's funny, Shin says. Students actually want to hunt. Smirking, he gives the green light. Private school kids roll their eyes. Pink suit goes. Bumpkin's just flexing. He knows, epic plays get you picked to be God blessed. But these guys are tripping. Redhead nervously joins to save face. Lin Feng warns them no safety teleporters here. If things get Harry, you're a toast. Redhead nods nervously. Acting tough, he turns to his squad. Just C-class mobs. No biggie. Stands by. We ain't losing to noob. Bai says absolutely nothing. MC screams, yo, we just got 8 new players entering the chat. The newbie, 5 preppy kids from Holy Nation, ... and 3 Jang Nation peeps. Baya, Lingy, and Vice Cap squad, up in the VIP section, Aliad chills out. One twin smirks, watching the fresh meat. Okay, now it's getting spicy. Rock Jin asks the brothers who they're putting cash on. S and Ali drop a bomb. 1 million each on the Holy Nation rich kids. They got that premium education, bro. Way better than bugs from some random nowhere town. Shin Debbie slides in. Things look fun down there. Chill as ice. He goes, I'm betting on B. Twins are shook. Ali ROFLS, that white-haired hillbilly, for real. Smirking like a total jerk. Ali says, rip to your wallet. My dude, Rak Jin, who was hating before, just stares. Totally confused. Sighs, Lao. Man, who do I put my bits on now? Lin Feng freezes, facepalming hard. He forgot to tell the noobs about the big danger zone. Do not go near the mid-dark forest. Bad vibes only. Mutters, hope they aren't dumb enough to wander in there. Down low, the games begin as players step into the spooky hunting woods. Team Zhong Nation by. The rest, plus the 5 preppy kids, trek through the forest. Camera drones buzzing like flies. Blonde girl from the rich squad grips her staff, looking totally pale. She admits, never actually fought a C-rank mob before, ... Red-haired leader rolls his eyes. Why are you tripping? We've clapped D-rank bosses IRL, remember? Listen, he says, trying to hype them up. So rank isn't hard. It's barely harder than a D. Just stick to the meta, and we're good. Looking super cocky and ready to brawl, he says he'll show these noobs how real pros play. While the squad trolls the hunting zone, Bai gets hit with weird vibes. His ticker starts racing, like crazy, making him grab his chest in panic. He's like, yo wise, my heart trying to escape. Lingu spots him tweaking and asks, what's the tea? Baya chills out fast, faking a smile like, I'm good fam. Vice Cap slides in, saying since they dropped in together, they should squad up. Then he throws shade, saying since Bei curbed at top school teams, invite their cap. Ling Yui has been thirsty to team with him. That roast makes Lingua turn beet red immediately. She's like, brr, what are you saying? While Bai is just totally lost. Vice Cap lolls and tells Baya to just think about it. Meanwhile, the prep school squad is throwing hands, fighting a giant creeper with glowy eyes in the dark. The beast swipes hard, but this one kid pops a green shield just in time to tank the hit. But the hit yeets him back while his buddy rages. Their ginger boss Khan, a level 30, C-rank nuke, mage yells, keep up you noobs. The rich kid's hype is checked real fast when the monster jumps him. It is a massive level 25 ice storm dragon. Big yikes. The beast swings its bod for a massive vibe check. Pink suit screams, totally losing it over the scary vibes. Scared or not, the squad claps back. Shield guy blocks again, yelling, I can do this all day. Seeing a chance. Turtleneck dude jumps in, eyes all glowy. He hits a poison slash, slicing the arm with toxins. The big guy roars, in pain, grabbing the stump where his arm just was. Before it heals, Blondie summons magic snowflakes. She drops a secret element move called Frost Skill Realm. Sharp ice blasts the dragon, freezing it solid. The beast is iced up, and she is like, got him? For now, the monster is dragon frozen, the rich kids go all in. The girl with the bow hypes her friend as she and sword guy prep to hit. She fires a poison arrow, drenching it in venom while her pal uses his key sword blade buff. They smack the frozen beast with a flurry of hits. Then leader Calvin jumps up for the finisher. Scream and die, he chucks a fireball down. The dragon looks totally shook just before the spell connects. His flame bomb blows the icy monster to bits. Kivin lands like a boss, confirming the W system pop-up show. Looted dragon bones and an icy tail. Scoreboard says Calvin bagged 10 points. He flexes on the team. Told ya, we are the goats. The squad goes wild, hyping the dub. Oh my god, they actually soloed that wild C-class beast. No cap. Feeling the hype? Khan tells the squad to back him up on the next mobs. He'll let them snag the last hits for XP sharing. But the party dies fast when two homies spot the massive holo scoreboard way off and point it out. Major but their hype train crashes hard once they see the ranks. Ling Yu's top tier with 150, Vice Cap has 130. Shooked at the top 3 bagged 10 plus kills each. Their one win looks sad now. Way back Lin watches the games, sweating bullets. Oops! He forgot to warn the noobs about the Central Dark Forest. Big yikes. He tells himself, surely no one is dumb enough to go there. Right. Meanwhile, Kavan and his preppy private school crew are totally shook by the holoboard stats. Jaw drop moment. Ling was crushing it at number 1 with 1 Vice Caps, 2nd, By Eyes, 3rd. They've all smoked over 10 mobs. The rich kids from the private academy are losing it. How is this even real? Glitchmosh. Up in the VIP box, the vibes are super weird and tense. Smash. Someone yeets a wine glass. Ogden's raging cause his picks are flopping. You trash cost a fortune. He screams. Twins as an ally are salty, about to lose the 1 million they dropped on Alid pouts, saying Shindabus just got super lucky. He roasts Shindabes, pointing out that the random insect he picks somehow grinded to 3rd place. Shindy's chills, saying, never sleep on a bug, Dad taught me that. In the VIP zone, Rock Jin smirks with a plan. He sighs. This hunt is too easy. Boring. Why even bet? Reading the rooms, asks what kind of troll movie's cooking up now. Rockshin stands up like a drama queen, grinning. I'll play and bet on myself. But then he flips the script, grabs a collared dude by the ear. Nah, my dog will enter instead. Aliotti cries foul immediately, pointing out the servant is God blessed and only C-class noobs can play. Rakjin smirks. I am the rules, bruh. Deal with it. Yanking the guy's hair, Rakjin goes, release the boss monsters too. Then he drops a bomb. If his servant doesn't win gold, just let him rot and die. Arena goes wild as a massive, level 29 stellar colossus lifts a foot to squash a downed kid. Stomp. His teammates just watch, totally useless. Survivors are freaking out, wondering, what? So many OP high-level mobs just spawned out of nowhere. Lewis, some white-haired dude, gets pinned under a foot, begging for mercy. Bro is losing it, screaming that he quits the matchy, begging to bail, right before the scoreboard says he's cooked. The crowd in the stands is totally shook by the savage vibes. One kid notes the elite. His friends like, he quit and still got clapped. Savage. In the mix, T-Chang is stressing, checking the board like PLs don't die. Kids, flip side. Up in the VIP box, Rock Jin and Audi brothers are loving the chaos, laughing hard. Audi twins are cracking up, claiming the drama makes this whole thing lit. Eliad tells Shinebeast to drop more monsters, spice it up. Shinbis stays quiet, eyes glued to the screens. Arena side, Lingwei faces a giant rock golem. Big yikes. Thing charges, Ling Yu's stunned by the speed. Bracing herself, right before impact, she feels a vibe shift. Bai pops out, kicks its face, sending the beast flying. Trio squads up, Bai, Lingua, Vice Caporas, flaring versus the rock dude. The salty Colossus glares, steam puffing from its nose. Purple energy slams it down, crushing it flat before it can move. Vice Cap stands hand out, grinning like a boss. C-Class, Mage Flex. Locking the monster down with pressure. Bai sees the gap and launches off like a rocket, blade spinning with crazy yellow light. He zooms to the stuck monster instantly. One massive slash cuts the rock giant cleanly in two. Bai Yi sticks the landing amidst the system pings. Level 28 killed. 4 meteorites, another ping. 10 points richer. Squad watches him. Lingua whispers his name and 3rd time he's saved her bacon. She knows it. Supposed to be a team, but Bi is carrying hard. And doing it as a warrior, keeping his real power low-key. Bai Yi stares at his hand. Silent. Thinking back, he sees the gain. 1,700x. Checks, stats, realizes joining this comp was a total W. Nuclear Warrior leveled up twice. 220. His multi-class XP hack is honestly OP, but spotting a drone, he realizes the issue. Can't be leaking his secret classes. Too risky with eyes everywhere. Sweating a bit, realizing he's on camera 24/7. Looks at the dark woods, needs a spot to hide from drones. Eyes lock on a super dark. So Baya dips toward the foggy, central dark forest, needing some privacy to unleash his full op mode. While the trio hikes the woods, Vice capsize. Nice. He hypes up their solid teamwork. And peeps to board. Betting the winner is totally one of them. He smirks that 4th place is eating their dust. But Lingua stays salty. Suddenly, Lingua's chill face goes. She spots a glitch on the scoreboard. Some rando's rank is blowing up, grabbing the crowd's eyes as they scream. Yo, check that! Bai's shook too, Seeing the tag Anics pop up, he gets serious, wondering why that dude joined the lobby. Somewhere else, the reason for the rank swap is obvious. Gonix casually wrecks a level 29 boss monster. No teeth pops. 10 points bagged. Rocking Ice Drip, it's Gonix a cracked, B-class warrior, and god-tier player. He stands there, radiating major main character energy. Job done. He ghosts the frozen body and dips. Things heat up as the board updates. Gonix hits 240 points, stealing third and bumping Bay to fourth. In the VIP box, Rockjin lolls hard. He brags loud that his guy just gapped Shin Davies' pick, grinning like a troll. Rockjin keeps flaming, saying Shin's pick is mid and he's taken the dub. Watching the cringe, Odd snorts nervously, mumbling that subbing in a god-tier sweat is total hacks. His twin, Ali Odd, turns to Shin with a sneaky smirk, reminding him he's supposedly undefeated. Ali laughs, hyped to see Shin finally taken it. Through the roast, Shin stays mute, poker facing the front. Finally, a little smirk hits his lips as he starts talking. He coolly asks if they want to raise the pot or switch teams. Then, with total swagger, he drops a bomb. He's betting 100 million on B. Shin repeats the insane wager, shouting that he's dropping 100 million. Any of you brave enough to match? The Audi twins gasp, whispering if Shin has officially lost it. 100 million. That's like a whole week's allowance. Rockjin just smirks, looking totally smug. Ganix is my best pup. He laughs. You want to burn cash? Go for it. Since the putt's hot, Shin decides to spice up the actual game too. Let's give M a reason to fight, he says. More drama, more fun. Linfeng standing by him. The guy gives a chill nod, like, got it. Down below, Linfeng grabs the mic, booming to the crowd. Official update, time. Final round, starting now. People, he announces they're unleashing way tougher monsters into the arena, and the players look up, totally shook. Then comes the ultimatum. Stay and fight, or quit right now. Seeing the scary beasts, that blondie from the prep school panics and screams, I'm out. But the announcer isn't done. Debbie's fam just dropped a bonus prize. Top player snags a one-of-a-kind drop. A gold ring with a huge purple gem called the Sacred Edict. Seeing that ring, Bay gets super serious instantly. He knows that Loot, a God Tribe member, can only gift that ring once in a lifetime. For a normie, getting that ring is basically a get-out-of-jail-free card. A pardon strong enough to wipe a death sentence. Total cheat code. That triggers a major flashback for Bay. He remembers his past life in a magic prison where a blindfolded guy offered him that ring. His gut tells him this memory is crucial. Back then, his master burned a sacred edict just to save him. Back to now, Bay is stunned. Why would the Debbies give away such op treasure? He realizes this. Prize will make everyone go tryhard mode. No time to farm XP now. He looks at his squad just as the vice cap steps up. He says, teamwork's cool, but the mobs out here are running low. He suggests they split up and solo to clear more of the map. Vice Cap smirks, noting that the new guy has already pulled way ahead on the leaderboard. The scoreboard proves it Ganex is number 1 with 350 points. While Lingwei, Vice Cap, and Bay dropped to second, third, and fourth. Before agreeing, Bay eyes him, worried, asking, you guys sure you won't get wrecked on your own? Lingyu grins, realizing Bay only teamed up to babysit them. Feeling competitive, she hypes herself up and tells him, don't sleep on us. Race you to the number 1 spot. Elsewhere, everyone else is fighting for their lives. Ganix is going beast mode, terrified of his creepy master. Rakjin's voice is in his head. Keep first place, or you're dead. Scared, stiff, Ganix spams, attacks, slicing monsters like butter. Up in the VIP box, Rakjin laughs like a maniac watching the screens, bragging his hunting dog is perfect. Rakjin points at Shin DBs, teasing, you're totally gonna lose that bet. He cracks up, roasting Shin's pick, calling Beiyi a total flop who got dumped by his own squad. While he's yapping, the pick of Beiyi starts bugging out and turns into static fuzz. The fancy snobs look totally lost by the tech fail. They huddle up, asking why the stream died and what's going down. Shin, though, he totally gets the vibe. With a smirk, he eyeballs the empty screen, knowing Beiyi is about to go beast mode. Beiyi heads straight for the middle of the map. A super risky zone, just to ditch the pop. He blasts the drone with ice, killing the stream instantly. Now, solo, Beiyi flips on his cloud mage, switch. He remembers where his master said, the creeps camp out. Spots a level 29 Thunderbird, but it's basically free X. Eyes locked, Beiyi gears up, ready to grind every skill he's got while nobody's peeping. Outside, the crowd sees Beiyi's screen crash and burn. Everyone starts freaking out. The senior girls panic that their cute boy is in trouble. Teach grabs her chest, stressed over where Beiyi went. Suddenly, Jung Jun points at the ranks. Yell and check it. Bei Yi's icon is blowing up with green arrows. He snagged 30 points, passing the noobs to hit 2. They can't figure out how he's scoring so fast. A sec later, Bei Yi stacks another 20. Hitting Thrayton and chasing down the leader. Up in the VIP box, things are getting awkward. The rich kids think it's a glitch, while a Shukrak Jin can't get how the brat is winning offline. Lin Feng tells the Rager that the game doesn't lie. He says there are chips inside the mobs, so kills count even without the cam. Rak Jin, feeling roasted by a basic helpa, snaps and splashes hot coffee in his face. Livid, he screams, asking if he needs a tutorial from him. Then he yells at Shin, asking when the help got so bold. Shin steps up with a troll face, asking if he's salty cause he's gonna lose. Rak Jin shuts up, steaming mad. Shin checks the board. Bei Yi's first with 4. Shin thinks this kid is way cooler than he expected. Back in the game zone, Lingua just wrecked a monster. She checks the rank. Shocked Bei Yi is already winning. Then, Bei Yi's score spikes to 6. Well, Lingua smirks, thinking, first place is basically mine. Meanwhile, Vice Cap Yin Xing is staring at his screen, totally shook. How is a human racking up points that fast? It's terrifying. The gap is huge. Bai is at 7. Yin's stuck in 4th. Yin gets a sinking, feeling Bai was totally sandbagging. But then, his shock turns into hype. Time to flex, he thinks. Central map's risky, but it's full of mobs. With a fierce look, Yin decides to sprint for the central zone too, telling himself, gotta go big, or I'm gonna get left in the dust. He enters the woods, avoid the black mist forest, and I'm safe. But the camera cuts to that exact scary spot. Deep in the black mist, Bai's chillin' where no one else dares go. He's flanked by 2 glowing beasts. Right in the mist's heart. Behind him float huge spirits of mobs. He just wrecked. Total massacre. System screens. Flash. Cloud Mage class. Level 2. Nuke Warriors 27. Flower Summoner. Hit 20. Bai scans the stats. Smiling. Leveling up nicely. He figures with a little more grind. He could push Warrior class to rank today. He checks his Flower Spirit skill. 5 out of 6 slots full. He eyes his new pets. Shaolin a bird thing for scouting, and Kong Kong, a tanky, armored ape for brawling. Ready to roll? Bai tells Shaolin, go scout for leftovers. But right as he speaks, a crazy pain hits him. Vision wobbles. THUMP. His heart lurches hard. It hurts like heck. Bai drops to his knees, grabbing his chest. Sweating bullets, he realizes. Same weird thumping from before. As the thump gets louder, he grips his shirt. It's coming from deep inside. Sprawled on the dirt, a voice echoes in his brain. Voice in his head. Belagor hears the call. Triple S Glass Demon King pops up in his mind, grinning. Need help? Cue the regression. Flashback. Recalls Bell ripping out his glowing heart. Here, a gift. Past Bai was super sketchy. Asking, why the deal? What's the damage? Bell just smirked. Creepy style. I'll collect the price after you rewind. Bai tuned in as Bell whispered the secret clause. Flashback over. Eyes wide. He remembers the deal now. Present day Bai stands. Face dark. It's time. Eyes glowing, he swears. Gotta pay the Demon King now. The crowd goes nuts. Students stare at the scoreboard. Baya is dominating at number 1 with 750 points. T Chang is hyping it up, bragging, 3 of the top 4 ballers are ours. Jung Jun thinks Bai Yi is the GOAT but is baffled cause his stream died. Pinky from the elite squad hears him and spills the tea. Bai Yi hit the center zone. She flexes that her team got the map hacks early. She says this, honey, zone is huge, so you need pro drones to see squat. Map pops up. 3 zones. Easy zone, A, hard zone, B, and the spooky black mist forest in the middle. Chick notes there, chillin'. In zone A, weak mobs. Barely any loot. Go deeper. Mobs get swole and travel in packs. Bai Yi's score blew up cause he rushed the danger zone. Zheng Zhan finally gets it. But wait, she warns the mist forest is totally off. Rumor has it, you go in there, you get deleted. She eyes the screen, freaked out. Why Sir VP? Cut to Yingik Singh creeping in the gloomy woods. He just wanted to frag. Inner circle mobs, but up stumbled into the mist. He freezes, scans the area, and spots a dude. It's B, just casually strolling into the death trap. Yukings shook. Why is Bai here? Is he clueless, or just has a death wish? Seeing Bai march to doom, Yingik Singh almost yells, stop, but halts. Wait, letting Bai vanish might be a total win. For him, he glares at the board. Bai 750 is wrecking him. He smirks, realizing this is his big break. If Bai goes, the gods will finally simp for him. Mind made up, Yinjukin chills, and lets Bai fade into the dark. Cold. In the mist, Bai strolls a creepy as heck trail, walks forever, then spots his own tag on a tree. Wait, What? He's back at the start. Even though he walked straight, touches the tag. Yep, looped right back. No turns, just magic. Bone piles everywhere. Bai spots the It's a ghost wall. A magic maze to mess with. He scans the zone. It's basically a graveyard full of skeletons who failed. Yuck! Wondering what crazy hex is on this dump? Why the insane magic? What's this mist hiding? Sus. Outside, the crowd stares at the board, totally lost. Ganex leads with 8. Bai is stuck at 750. Crowd's like, why'd he stop scoring? Meanwhile, Sing finds capped. Ling posts monster kill. Ling asks, seen by Yi, his score's been frozen forever. Saw him in the hard zone. Sing nods. Head in central. Ling freaks. She realizes Bai maybe went into Black Mist Forest. Then, his screen profile glitches. Static gets crazy. Error lost connection. Pops up in red. Poof. Name and score gone from the board. Audience gasps. Score's gone. Zhang yells, is he out or dead? Teacher Huang watches, sweating, bullets, praying he ain't toast. Bai is totally stuck in this creepy bone valley. Major horror movie vibes. Realizing it's fake magic tricks, he shuts his eyes. Not falling for that. Purple vibes. Glow up as he trusts his gut feeling. Instinct mode? Just vibing with his heartbeat? Bai cruises the maze on a secret glowing track only he can spot. Eyes shut. He senses the loot. Boom. He stops in a shiny bone zone. Knowing he's there, Bai peeks, open his eyes, and stands right at the edge of a giant, spooky hole in the middle of nowhere. He's shook. This huge pit wasn't in the old game guides. Peeking down, he bets the Sky City is hiding some juicy secrets. Time to snoop. He swaps a flower class and calls his ride. Shaolin. He jumps into the void, surfing Shaolin straight down into the gloom. They stick the landing, and Bai sees these gnarly dark ruins, wondering what the heck this place is. In the rubble, Bai wonders if a massive brawl went down here. A creepy voice asks who's there, and a giant purple ghost jumps him. He fast, sees it's not just one dude, but a whole zombie squad. Giant ghost knights and emo, armor block his path, glowing purple. System marks them as level 27 scrubs. Boss floating up top. The boss, a huge guy. Fancy armor guy, totally, a B-rank stellar lord. This undead warrior screams at Bai for trespassing. Blue eyes glow inside his helm, ordering the kill. Pop-up says he's smart, a mystery boss with crazy high danger stats. Ling Yu checks, a dead mob in the woods. Frost and burn marks. Yep, Bai totally fragged it. Yanuching's like, checked it. Bai went that way. Yin figures the mob's here. ... Too weak for Bai. So he dipped deeper inside. He wants to bounce, but Lingua says, no way. Shocking Yin, Lingua shouts, ... She single quotes, S going in, to grab Bai. She heads for the danger zone, feeling guilty. Yin yells, stop, that's the Black Mist Forest. She ignores him. Yin's worry flips to a creep smile. He thinks, ... If she enters, that's one less rival to sweat. On the stream, Lingua's signal, ... Fizze out as she hits the dead zone. Rockjin points and lolls at her dumb move. He leans back, ... Smog, asking what to do, since it's boring now. He tells Shin Davis that since ... competition go, S dead, his dog takes first place. Up high, the weird twins sip wine. They ask about the mist, but hey, who cares? Shin watches the chaotic screens, silently. Vibes are tense. Minutes left, till 12. ... Shin stays quiet as time ticks down. Sky City grounds, 11:58 a.m. Bad news for the rich kids. Kev's team hides. Guy bandages a crying girl. It ends at 12, he says, ... 00. But Kalivan screams. There's no exit to quit. He tries to chill since they found a spot. Inside, he's scared, stiff, just wants to live. Calvin hypes him up, saying their lives ... matter more than commoners. We gotta live. Ding. Time's up. Normal mode over. Calivan and his bro look shook. Everyone else sighs. One rich kid cheers. It's finally over. But nope, announcer yells. Easter egg phase. Everyone just froze. System dropped a boss battle. No way. Faces melting. Thought it was over. Nope. Nightmare 2.0. System's like, yo, final boss landing now. Good luck. Ground shakes like crazy. Rocks falling everywhere. Chaos. System trolls us. Last chance to catch that dub. Guys, kid screams, earthquake. Another just cowers. Shaken, bandage leg girl just totally loses it. Sobbing. Why isn't this over yet? Big mood. Final alert drops the real stakes. Boss Slayer gets 1,000 points, plus the epic grand prize. Kivin flips out. Is this boss fight a prank? Yells, let me out. Keep the prize. Ends at 12. ... Screams, I'm a noble. Do you know who I am? Sick sound. Calivan freezes. Boom. Spiked from behind. Thing glows, drains him dry like a juice box. Seconds, monster pulls back, and Calivan drops. Total, dried husk. Earrings guy screams, he's dead. Blonde girl's crying. Shook. Looming. Above, the boss. LVL 36, B-Class Soul Reaper. Suit guy stares in total. Panic, stuttering, even teamed up. We can't win. Boss eyes glow pink. Suit guy is grim. C-Class versus B-Class, boss. We are totally cooked. Abyss level. By Eupharasis Necrolord. Grounds littered with undead trash, he wrecked. By Ease B. Just the big bad left. Now. Green glow. The grind boosted all his levels up. Combat jobs. Almost peak C-Class now. Screen flexes his crazy growth. Nuke Warrior, 29. Summoner, got 5 of 6 spirit contracts done. But one job's power ain't enough. Faces, LVL 36. Necrolord. Blue eyes. Scary vibes. Charges in my edge. I multitask professions. Necrolord jumps into the air. Huge scythe. Smash incoming. Bai dodges. Swaps to Cloud Mage mode. Ice spell. Zap. System be-like. Freeze fail. Overhead. Boss smashes ice. Swings. Bai dodges again. Lands smooth. Ready to go. Necro. Swings down to crush him flat. Swaps to Nuke Warrior. Hits it head on. Parries the side. Massive shockwave. Boom. Fighting for his life. Bai figures. Gotta use the whole toolkit. Bam. A sharp blade pops right out through the zombie lord's chest. Dude was totally shook. It was Kong Kong. Bai spiky ape bro with the sneak play. Bai sees his pets are cracked now. Kong hits like a seek. No time to waste. While the boss is stuck, Bai shanks its head. Pushing deep. He says his combo skills bridge the gap to be both Bi. Kong yanked their gear out. The boss flops down dead. Ding. System says. Kill confirmed. G. Bai lands. Huge level up spam incoming. Nuke Warrior, 30. Cloud Mage 20. 8 Summoner. Wiping sweat. He's like, man, higher levels are no joke. Fight done. He heads for the big chained gate. Let's roll. But wait. A weird noise stops him. Looks up. His HUD starts bugging out hard. Boom. Teleported to space. Stars everywhere. Pop-up says, star elements sufficient. Bai checks his hands. Star energy is maxed out. Glowing text. New job class incoming. Also, stats pop up on a new baddie. Corpse, B-Class, super smart, total nightmare. Under that, his stats show up. Nuke Wire 30, Cloud Mage 28. Up in Sky City, guards chill at Squad 8 space. One whispers hot tea about a secret jail in the tower for OP monsters. His pal laughs. Fake news. Bruh. This is God Tribe Turf. Their chat gets cut by the boss. The Squad 8 Cap, screaming at M4, slacking. Guards freak out, salute, and say sorry. Cap yells, guard the post. No screw-ups during the hunt. The Cap roasts. M3 years, and you're worse than a noob. Points at a guy nearby. Be like Chris. It's Chris, that traitor rat from Bai's past. Staring up, he knows the rumors are real. Secret room confirmed. Back down in the abyss buys you, eye bugs out. New class awakening. Red alert confirms. Unlocked stellar mage job. Rank E, level 1. Energy chills. Bai spots this epic red tier job is what Yinjukin uses. That Vice Cap Pro. Bai's jaw drops. No way. Whoa. Huge vibe. Heart's going crazy. Clutching chest like a drama queen. Gritting teeth. Feeling spikes. Looks up at a megastone gate with extra chains. Whatever's buzzing is deaf. Hiding behind that bad boy. Time to switch. Gotta get in there. Ding. Nuclear warrior mode. On. Let's glove. One yeet of the sword and those thick chains get sliced. Chains hit the floor. Loud. Bai palms the stone. Pushes the mega doors open. Hello. Creepy darkness. In that shady spot, he spots a giant tower jail. Chains floating everywhere. Heads up. Something big is close. Checks. The cuffs. Purgatory chains. Star. Soul lock. Talk about overkill security. Bai at the bottom. Looks up. Pale-haired guy hanging way up there. Super trapped. Dude stares. Down. Looking salty. One eye's glowing purple. Asks if Bai is there just to roast him again. Baya ignores the shade. You, Samuel, or Ned? Guy freaks out, jerking the chains. Shook. He's like, how'd you know that? Baya just stares up. Relax. I'm here to save you. Samuel's still acting icy and rude. Suddenly, the whole place starts shaking. Big gate slams shut. Trapped in the secret room. Bai preps his weapon. Black energy swirling below. Boom. Level 36 Dead Soul Warrior drops in. Purple flames. Yikes. Bai's confused. Didn't I just frag this guy outside? Things are getting messy fast. Not just one. 2 more, level 30 SX clones, show up. Surrounded, he stares. How are there so many boss mobs here at once? Stuck in the middle of the trap. Giant dark blade slams down. Huge red glowing dude follows. It's a level 40 Dead Soul General. General points his sword, trespassers get wrecked. Dead end. Seeing the zombie army threat, Bai preps for a hard carry. While he preps, prisoner Samuel starts laughing like a maniac. He roasts Bai. He triggered all the guards. Genius. Bai ignores the sass. Just tell me how to uncuff you. Samuel scoffs. Save me. You can't even find the key, bro. Bai hears key and scans the room. Big brain time. He spots the Dead Soul Generals. Shiny sword. Realizes the big weapon is the key. Samuel grins. Creepy like. Oh, you figured it out? But he goes back to mocking. Too bad with those rookie stats, he's toast. Just monster chow. Bai locks in. Finally getting the real vibe of this event. He realizes the God Clan captured its rank noobs to hide this secret jail. The security is totally nuts. So even a B-rank pro would get deleted instantly here. Samuel smirks, betting Bai is ready to rage, quit. Nope, Bai squints, grabs his gear, and a system ping flashes. He swaps his build to new warrior, yelling that he ain't going down without a brawl. He dares Sammy. Wanna bet I can bust you out? Zombie mob rush. Bai casually sidesteps them like a boss. Mid-fight, he yells at the prisoner. I win. You owe me big time. Then he drops the guy's reel. Gamertag Demon King. Hanging up there, Sam is shook that Bai has zero chill. Thinking it's a riot, he grins, bring it, eyes glowing orange. He swears it. If Bai frees him, the king grants any wish. No cap. Meanwhile, the system scans the big bad guy. Ping, Dead Soul General. B-rank Stellar Warrior. Warning, it's smart, got hacks, and the danger level is off the charts. It's go time. As the level 40 boss lifts its huge weapon, it swings super fast. Bai barely ducks the purple slash. Boom. Energy blasts a spot. He scrambles back just in time. He blocks wincing. Dude hits like a truck. The general keeps spamming attacks. Bai reads the move, blocks the glowing blade, and vibrates. While Bai is busy with the big guy, a level 36 mob drops from the sky. Bai reacts fast, swinging up to smack the jumper. Too many. He summons Kong Kong in a blue flash for backup. Facing the boss's power, Bai and Kang are forced to jump back as a smash cracks the floor open. Sam watches the show from his chains. Whoa, Bai's a summoner and warrior dual classing? Nice. But Sam gets serious, eyeing the army. Talent aside, it's one guy versus a level 40 boss and minion. Bai gasps for air. Okay, this is actually insane. The general deaths him, eyes glowing spooky pink. Monster rush. Bai charges 2. Boom. Weapons clash. Bai tries to parry, holding on against the giant sword, but the power is too much. Smash. Bai goes flying. He hits the deck hard, sliding across the stone. He looks up, bleeding. System ping. You took damage. Wait, this beast knows kung fu? You gotta be joking. Zero chill. One dives, another flanks me instantly. I block again, grinding my teeth hard. Crushing weight. I cough up red. Health bars low. Vision's fuzzy. My stats are too low for this mess. I keep scrapping, but tanking a mob of B-ranks is barely doable. I bail before that giant sword deletes me. Mid-air spin to dodge the boom. Nailed it. More skydivers. A gank squad. Seriously. Kong tanks, the hit butt gets sliced deep. Freaking out, I scream his name. Gotta save my ape. I reach out fast. Just before he dies, I recall him. Clutch save. Kneeling, and wrecked. I realize every mob here is higher level than me. Beating just one earlier drained my imp. Now it's 10 plus the boss. Total nightmare. Sam's looking down, like, give up, kid, no chance. Yeah, no, I'm not quitting. I ignore the haters and check the room. Wait, I don't need a total party wipe to win. Let's go. I shout for my air support. Shaolin, backstab him. The bird drops energy bombs like rain. The mobs look up, totally confused by the chaos. Perfect bait, eyes glowing, I make my move. I flash step past the guards, and spawn right in front of the big boss. Class change, Cloud Mage, time to cheese this. I chuck a massive freeze spell right at him. Seizing the moment, the general's stuck breaking ice off his frozen arm. I rush in with my laser sword, going full try-hard mode. Bam, right on the wrist. Drop it. Sword drops. He knows I'm after the key. Now, I land next to the shiny loot. I boot the sword up. Killing ain't the goal, just the key. I spawn Kang above the pit. The ape dives for the falling purple blade. He reaches for it right by chained Sam. It's gonna work. He's got it, but the boss has hacks. That speed is unreal. His claw snaps out and snags the handle first. Dark energy explodes. Game over. Bai's jaw hits the floor. Total fail. One savage swing and Kong Kong is sliced like warm bread. System alert. Your pet is toast. Kong turns to pixels. General strikes a winning pose. That undead boss glares with red eyes. Major scare vibes? The zombie warlord flexes while Bai's ape fades into glitter. Bai's shook B-class. No way. These guys are cracked. That spooky general stares him down with neon pink peepers. Sam yells from the chains, "Yo, these ain't nude mobs." Bai is solo in a mosh pit of ghost warriors. Then Sam drops a massive truth bomb. "Those zombies, they used to be my boys." Bai resets his mental glows gold. It's go time. The general rushes him, moving like a glitch. Bai blinks away, barely dodging a sword swipe, but the combo keeps coming. Another zombie drops from the ceiling to squash him. Bai's reflex game is strong. He nopes out of the way. Parkour moves. He lands right on the enemy's blade. Uses the sword as a jump pad to slap the next guy. The brawl heats up as two ghosts rush Bai for a pincer attack. Mid-air brain blast. Bai flips his stick and grabs it. Turtle mode activated. Clang. Blocks it last second. Loudest noise ever. Sam's watching. Like, okay, kid's actually cracked. Seeing Bai a pro level, block a 2v1, he admits. Masterclass stuff. But Sam's face gets grim. Kid's op, but he's strictly solo. Bai is totally circled by the zombie squad. Sam sighs. He's good, but they're a unit. Spam attacks continue. Bai eats a heavy block. He slides back. Sam thinks, GG, kid's done. Wheezing hard, gassed, and dripping sweat, Bai's fighting for air. He locks in. Sam's words hit deep. He remembers his crew. Flashback time. He's telling a dude, I ride solo. At the fancy guild base, acting all independent, chillin' in the lobby, pass by, sits awkward, saying, teamwork isn't my vibe. Smoking guy smirks and asks if Bai thinks he's too pro to carry the noobs. Bai flustered, stammering, he wasn't antisocial, just totally awkward with humans. The guy scoffed, crushing his cigarette. Yeah, right? Smirking, he asked if their vibe was off or something. Bai mumbled, it was diff, 'cause the guy was his boss. Master cut in, quit the excuses. Kid, just try it. He'd picked a cracked squad and told Bai to go make actual friends for once. Bai groaned, meeting the crew. Peppy Han, Evolution, and Ling Yu. Looking back on it now, he totally thought their clash of vibes was a disaster waiting to happen. But shocker, they stuck it out and became a legit squad. Snap to now, Bai's face went grim. He glared up, shouting he was never actually fighting solo. Not since the day he reset the timeline, not once. Eyes blazing, he roared. He carried his fallen homie's rage inside him. Purple energy exploded. System pinged. Stellar Mage class unlocked. His eyes flared a scary neon pink. He dropped the ultimate skill. Stellar Abyss. Magic ripped the whole map apart instantly. The floor smashed. Rocks floated up, sending the zombie army into total chaos. System noted that this op stellar skill totally hacks the environment. A zombie wobbled on a sharp rock spike, totally losing balance. Totally shook by the sudden map remix. Glowing purple in mage mode, Bai clenched a fist full of power. Using Stellar Abyss, he edited the zone, popping rock spikes to cage the undead warriors. Like pets, it made a narrow lane, setting up a 1v1 showdown with the general boss. Bai smirked. He already knew every class's hacks and nerfs. The general rushed the gap, sword glowing with nasty pink energy. Zero fear, Bai charged right at the B-class beast. As they clashed, the general threw a crazy fast sword swirling with darkness. Bai was like, whoa, that's fast. Splat, the glowing blade stabbed right through Bai's side. Grunting and bloody, Bai admitted beakless lords don't play around. But he didn't retreat. He used the close range to grab the general's arm tight. The monster freak 2 takes a stab wound on purpose. Crazy. With the boss stuck, Bai revealed his play. You use that blade to smash my ice magic, but you can't swing if I'm holding you. Ping, switch to Cloud Mage. A super chilly mist coated his hand. You aren't breaking out of this one, pal. Bai goes full beast mode. Casts Elt Frostwall. Right on that trap, general. System spills the tea. This satyr move dumps all your energy to basically guarantee a solid freeze. Caught nappin', that ghost. General screams as he turns into a human popsicle. Sam hangs there, jaw on the floor, like, whoa, totally shook. He replays the epic play in his head. First, Bai split the mobs to force a 1v1 duel. Then he baited a hit, just to get up in his grill. Once the baddie was helpless, Bai swapped classes and froze him solid. With the boss, totally iced. Bai readies. The finisher. Ping. He's a nuclear warrior now. Lifts his dagger to wreck the ice cube. Pops a mega skill and swings his weapon. Down, hard, crack. Off goes the general's frozen arm. Sam's still thinking, noticing that even though solo, he fights with the moves of a whole squad. System pop-up, that skill was a nuclear warrior. That dumps all stats into one defense-ignoring hit, but leaves you nerd-fed after. The ice guy rages in fury, but it's threat down. Bai grimaces, and yanks that giant glowing sword out of his ribs. Blood goes everywhere. Yikes. Gripping the massive sword, he looks up. Been waiting for this. With a shout, he's like, here's your key. Using every last drop of HP, he chucks that sword straight at the lock on Sam's chains. Frozen dude panics and yells, trying to stop the play. He tries to bust out of the ice trap, but nope, totally stuck. The sword flies right into the old lock. It twists, dark energy explodes, and boom, chains shattered. Sam's free. He looks down, smirking, his eyes glowing purple like a total boss. He can't believe it. Dude, you actually pulled off the impossible. The Demon King is loose. Baby, bleeding out. Bai can barely stay upright. He hits Sam up about their deal. You promised me anything, remember? Suddenly, that hurt general chokes Bai and lifts him up. Meanwhile, the other mobs bust out of their rock cages. Choked out, Bai gasps, keep your promise. Wreck this whole army. Up in the sky, Sam's chill sure thing was gonna do it anyway. He morphs, dark tats cover him, and a horn pops out, glowing with power and gold lightning. Sam yells, no mercy for traitors. His aura floods the room. Demon King Samuel gives the death stare, eyes glowing like headlights. Zap! Samuel disappears in a burst of gold lightning, pops up in front of a ghoul and punches right through its chest. Sparks fly everywhere as he zips around, frying the air. Then he ghosts the general, who's still grabbing by. Before the ugly guy blinks, Samuel's there, mad as heck. He snatches the general's last arm. With a savage kick, he rips the arm right off. The dude goes flying, smashing the wall to bits. Loose now, hurtin'? Baya lands safe, holding his chest. Samuel stands there looking cool, tossing the arm like trash. The leftover zombies swoop down to gang up on the king. Bored, Samuel's like, you guys really don't get how screwed you are. One swings a big stick, but Samuel zaps away. Too slow. Before it knows what's up, he's back and grabbing its face. Blasts gold energy, roasting the warrior to toast instantly. Just a crispy helmet left in his hand, sparking away. He crushes it like a soda can, saying, big mistake. Losers. Ignoring his flex, the last few idiots rushed him for a fail attack. Looking totally over it, Samuel calls his ex-fans dirty traitors. He drops a lightning nuke, blowing them all into purple and gold confetti. The massacre is Sam's basically speedrunning this fight, wrecking dudes with bare fists. Boom! While the room pops, he screams, this was our crib, you jerks! Amid the mess, Bai's Summon Shaolin joins the chat and pops a heal spell, fixing his chest with some chill green vibes. Sam keeps swinging, ranting how those fake God Tribe wannabes stole their turf back in the day. He eats a guy up, shouting, you backstabbed me instead of fighting. To make his point crystal clear, he ends with a savage faceplant into the floor tiles. Oof! Standing over his ex-BFF, Sam asks, fun being their pet, bruh? The wreck general looks up, begging, boss wait, and claiming he only did it to survive. Like, zero choice. Sam's face is stone cold. Survival, he mocks. Zap! He fires golden energy. Snitching to live is still snitching. It hits the general hard, smoking hole in the chest. GG, glowing with golden rage lightning. Sam stares down. You think a traitor gets off that easy? Hand goes up, blasting a mega electric wave. The dude screams like crazy. Sam's eyes go creepy mode as he drops a threat. I'm gonna delete you, piece by piece. Game over. Beat up and fraud. The ghost boss just wants to rage quit, begging his ex-boss to just delete his account. Boom! A bright flash slices the chest. He gasps as Bai, glow stick in hand, swipes for a clean one-shot kill. System pings that Bai successfully frag the ghoul for 100,000 XP. Ding! Rare loot. A locked S-rank messenger soul. Sam is salty. Glitching with rage, he asks how Bai dared to eyes glowing, he yells, who is this new? Low HP and quiet. Bai just poker faces the mad demon.